sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out. I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clear water irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida. Be a big.
Travis Hunter is an exciting two-way player whose world-class athleticism and ball skills help him shine on both sides of the field. Hunter is an instinctive, natural football player with a feel for making the biggest plays at the biggest time. Jacksonville would need to make a decision on where and how to play Hunter if they drafted him with the 5th pick, but he's capable of making a good number of winning plays as a future star, no matter the choice.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Good morning.
Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Googans, go time on a Friday morning. We have made it into the weekend, the holiest of weekends. So happy Easter, Good Friday to everyone out there. It's the weekend of the single most amazing comeback in humankind. Talking about comebacks and drama in sports. I'll leave it there. Enjoy your weekend, hopefully with family and a loved one. We get those cheesters this weekend, E.T. You know what a cheester is?
Never heard of it.
A cheester is, and I love them. I'd like to see them more. Those are all the dudes you see at a church on Christmas and Easter.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. Which is 2 times more than none, baby. That's what I say. So, again, family, friends, love, spirituality. It's a huge weekend for most, and we will just distract you with here this fluttering sports and frivolity that we enjoy each and every Friday. Look, if you previously on the drill, if you missed the show yesterday, I kind of just made a statement. I think E.T. and about the 8 o'clock hour. I just look. I'm ready to draw my line in the sand, and this is nothing necessarily against said prospect, and there's a huge reality that's ultimately where we will end. I don't want Mason Graham. I don't want to have the 5th pick in the draft and use it on a defensive tackle when we already are 2 highest paid defenders are those rush ins. We got to find some grinders in the middle. We used a 2nd round pick on a tackle a year ago. I know it's a previous administration. We are paying our most free agent dollars to a defensive tackle in Eric Armstead. I don't want to use the 5th pick in the draft on a tackle, and in this case, Mason Graham. I guess we kind of roundabout did this exercise yesterday. If you could have your pick, right, of guys at positions. So if that means an offensive tackle, our offensive line, you know what? We've kind of moved away from offensive line like they're done. Like these tackles are fine. They're not.
Right.
We talk about Cam Robinson, good enough this, good enough that. Let me tell you who never put Cam Robinson on the bench. Walker Little. Not once. Not once has Walker Little in 4 or 5 years gone into a battle with Cam Robinson and won it. So if you love Mimbo, you love Campbell, I think that's a better use of the number 5 pick than defensive tackle. What's a more premium position, offensive tackle or defensive tackle? Let's get real here for a second. And where we are spending this most valuable piece of draft, we're spending it at probably by value, 5th or 6th on the value, position-wise, importance, right? Quarter, corner, rush end, edge rush, tackle, right? We all agree those are the 4. Then if you want to get into the pay scale, throw receiver in as higher priority. Throw linebackers in as higher priority. I mean, you go down the priority, and listen, every piece is important, don't get me wrong. See, 5th pick in the draft. The ability to take the 5th best player on the planet, not under contract, and put him on your roster. They have enough draft picks, and if you really listen to what James Gladstone said in that presser earlier this week, they got enough draft picks. I don't think they're going to, look, I said I'd trade up and get Hunter. I don't think they're trading up. They're keeping these 10 and giving themselves the ability, because of the needs they have, to hit the very best at top need with every pick. All that being said, it may very well be Mason Graham. Their priority and importance on that is fine. I think we've kind of moved on from tackle, and as I sit here and I get closer, why? The O-line stinks. It has stunk for years. It has held this football team back. And so the idea of just running it back with Harrison and Walker Little, it brings skepticism from your guy here. I put it at 1.5. It immediately went over at 2, and it could still be 2.5. Let's see what happens on draft day with that number 5 pick. Get closer to the draft, man. I saw some fiery rhetoric yesterday, E.T.
Oh, I like that.
About the most important position, the most important position in all of sports.
That would be the signal caller.
The quarterback. And so call this quarterbacks coming and going. Did you see what Louis Riddick Jr., where he has landed on Cam Ward?
Oh, no.
Whew. Yeah, you can look it up. I think he's done all his evaluation, and he's ready to be the one that's saying, hey, boys, Cam Ward, he's that dude. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. He plays like Patrick Mahomes. He can throw with his feet parallel to the line of scrimmage. He can change his delivery. He's got a cannon of an arm. He's that guy. I am all in on Cam Ward, number 1 overall. I thought that was a lot stronger than anything we've heard about Cam Ward to this point, right?
It has been.
Okay. Then you got this dude, Aaron Rodgers, who lives in some kind of narcissistic bubble, E.T. I mean, the least self-awareness in the world belongs to Aaron Rodgers. Most people spell Rodgers R-O-G-E-R-S. I can see why Aaron Rodgers got a big D in the middle of his. Insert abbreviation however you want. There's a big D in the middle of this dude. So, there's having your cake and eating it too. And there's buying bakery and just swimming in a vat of batter. This dude just is in his own world. Speaking publicly yesterday on the Pat McAfee show, 45 minutes, and somehow didn't offer much clarity on his next steps. But, of course, told everyone how he's handling things just right. Earth to Aaron Rodgers. The draft is in a week. If you had any concept of being the leader of a football team, you would understand that the team you will be joining probably would like to know. Fair. It's not about you telling other teams that I prioritize my offseason. Yeah, go do your shrooms, bro. Stop it. I wasn't stringing anyone along. I wasn't holding anyone hostage, Rodgers said. I was honest from the jump about where I was at mentally and some of the constraints I have in my life right now that warrant my attention. I'm open to anything and attached to nothing. Retirement can still be a possibility. Right now, my focus has been and will continue to be on my personal life. And that's what I've told the coaches. There's still conversations that are being had. It's all been very honest lines of communication. Yeah, hey, Aaron, here's the deal. When you tell coaches who live, breathe, sleep, and die football and its importance that personally you got to do a couple of darkness retreats, you'd like to ride a camel in Egypt, and you're working on a new blossoming relationship, don't fly. You know why? Because there's some grunt and mutter 27-year-old offensive lineman whose wife just popped out kid number 3. He's got personal issues too there, D. Come on, man. Intangibly poor, baby. If Aaron Rodgers was intangibly rich, he might very well go down as the greatest quarterback in NFL history, but he just ain't got that dog in him, man. He just doesn't. He's a California pretty boy who'd rather drop acid than go to minicamp. Facts. He says it himself. He's basically telling you why no one will sign him. Oh, but he wasn't done. Oh, by the way, as to the draft, he didn't care. Doesn't have any impact on his plans. He then took the gloves off with the Jets. Hey, listen, did the Jets make the wrong decision? Here's the deal. If Aaron Rodgers were Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or any other great who was a normal human being and wanted to be a part of turning a team around, then the Jets and Aaron Glenn would have welcomed him with open arms. But he's not. He's not that guy. And you don't want to start your whole new process with a foundation with this whimsical Fruit Loop playing quarterback for you. Here's what he said about the Jets giving him the heave-ho. I was kind of shocked. Now, I'm not shocked because I didn't think it was a possibility. Listen, of course they want to move on. That's totally fine. But shocked because I just flew across the country. You could have told me this on the phone if we weren't even going to have a conversation. In other words, yeah, they really put me out. Now to the biggest lie uttered yesterday. You ready?
Yeah, I got to hear this.
I told every single one of the teams I talked to, it ain't about the money. I'll play for $10 million. Sure you will. Sure you will. Russell Wilson's getting 1 year $30 million from the Giants, but yeah, you'll go play for $10 million. I don't care. I never once said I needed a multi-year deal, $30 million, $40 million. That's absolute BS. I said I'll play for 10, whatever. I guess you got to play, right? Because I could think of about 32 teams that'll give you $10 million to come take up one of the quarterback roster spots. We'll see, man. He's confirmed he's had conversations with the Vikings, Giants, and Steelers. The Saints seem to be kind of on the radar. But the bottom line with Aaron Rodgers is you may not think the draft's important and it doesn't affect you, but it sure does, buddy. I mean, how clueless are you? Any of these teams that you've talked about joining instead are going to draft a quarterback, and they're going to finally say they don't need your darkness retreat distractions. Pound sand, bro. All right, I got a Gator Growl coming up here in the 6 o'clock hour. It'll focus on basketball facts and football opinion. Both subjects I found some interesting details to go along with. So we will do that. Talk about the O-line, and is it good enough? And if there is a future superstar at the tackle position sitting there, maybe it's time to give serious consideration if you're not already. Liam Cohen said something about, during the press conference earlier this week, about a real weak spot in this offensive production and continuity a year ago, so I'll let you hear that and how that might pertain to draft day. We'll talk to Captain Kevin Favor when we come back on the other side. See what's happening out on the waterway. You are listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday. It's Good Friday, and happy that you're along with us. 641-1010, both the phone number and the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
You can always tell which ones were captured in the wild by the look in their eyes. The Wildcat.
1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
What's happening, folks? ET here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. And Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit gyms. Your summer adventure starts here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
ET here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find Scratch Kitchen that always comes in the clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more. Come on, somebody.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam! a.m.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Captain Kevin Favors Fishing Report. Brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, we build it. On 1010XL.
All right, we're back here on the drill. Going to talk fishing with Captain Kev. First, though, E.T., do you get triggered when you hear the term pickleball? A little bit?
It definitely touches me.
Yeah. It continues to take over and weave its way into like certain little cliques, and one of those cliques right now are inside the Major League Baseball clubhouse.
Oh.
Used to be guys that get away by going to the golf course. Now pickleball and, $10,000 games and matches. There's an interesting column on ESPN. You can check it out. The Inside the Secret World of MLB Pickleball. So there you have it. Let me I got you. We do this every week. Hello, Kev. Good morning. Have you played pickleball yet, friend?
I have not.
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
I know I would enjoy it.
Yeah, you can do it with the wives. As the wife has any gumption at all to do anything even somewhat, energetic, it's perfect for that.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah. A lot of fun.
I like it.
Mrs. P got the bug at some point. She bought the.
Did she really?
Yeah, she got the paddles and the ball. So every now and then we'll go whack it around. And I'll tell you what has happened too. It's become so popular. There are a lot more little courts and public courts out there than you realize.
Sure.
Yeah, they're making a lot of. Remember back in the day, it used to be racquetball. Kev, remember that?
I've never played racquetball either.
But racquetball courts were everywhere.
In the day, it was.
Yeah,
if
you like in the '80s, if you moved into an apartment complex, it had a racquetball court.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
I was a geek, man. I was.
You're fishing. Ain't nothing. That's not geeky. That's fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'd rather fish than do any of those things.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about something that happened, man, and I.
Okay.
This shame on those involved, the event, the possibility. Have we gotten so comfortable in just racing around, Kevin, that at a major league fishing event, the highest really level of professional bass fishing, we have a multi-boat crash with multiple people killed? I mean, how does it happen? And if you don't know, that's the news that broke this week. I'm assuming it was practice. Is that? I mean, I don't. Or was it? Or maybe they do the events during the week and then they.
I don't know. I don't know if it was practice or not. But by the way, they take such great care in putting those guys out one by one by one by one.
Yeah.
I'm not. I never looked at the details of. I mean, I did read the article.
I can't see exactly how all the accident actually came together. It's almost like they're not, they're intentionally not letting that be known.
But my thought is, as fast as those guys go, it's going to happen. I mean, I know that they back off of their, they're not, they have certain restraints on what they can, how fast they can go. But it's still 60 miles an hour. And, dude, you know this as well as I do. 60 miles an hour on the water.
Oh, it's...
Or even 40 to 50 is crazy. Just to let folks know, you have no brakes.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when somebody cuts you off in front of you, then here's the other thing. For the most part, you don't have a rear view mirror. So you don't know what's coming behind you. I mean, there's so many issues with boats, and then when you take bass boats, it's another whole deal, bro.
You would like to think, because it's work. Like if this happens just some weekend, 4th of July weekend, Memorial Day, it's understandable. I mean, this is a professional tournament. How can you allow it just to be so?
I know.
How's that even a possibility? It's crazy. I'll just give people the details as they stand right now. But it was day 2 of a main event. Yep. This was up in Alabama, Lewis Smith Lake. 2 boats collided during competition, killed 3 people, injured at least 3 others. The crash occurred around 7 a.m. During the second day of the Major League Fishing Tackle Warehouse Invitational. The league obviously canceled the remainder of the event. According to Alabama law enforcement, the collision involved a nitro bass boat and a center console style vessel. One man was identified fatally injured when the bass boat struck the vessel he was aboard. Pronounced dead at the scene. 2 other men, 44 and 62, were thrown overboard during the crash. Both those men drowned. Bodies later recovered. Officials also confirming multiple individuals were injured in the crash, so their identities and conditions have not been made public. MLF confirming one of its competitors, a guy named Flint Davis from Georgia, was involved in the accident, but his role in the crash remains unclear. So anyway,
that's a lot of bodies and a lot of boats.
Yeah, it's terrible
for that to come together.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, be safe out there. It's probably, and this will be, I'm sure.
We talk about it on the outdoor show all the time.
There'll be a traffic. This will be a trafficked weekend, I'm sure, with the long weekend and the beautiful weather. So.
Oh my gosh, what a week it's been. I mean, it's best week I've had all year. As
combo of weather and action.
Well, that and we've had some west winds and the beach fishing is just absolutely alive, Jeff. There is bait as far as you can see.
Wow.
I mean, and when I talk about that, I mean I've had reports from Flagler to Amelia Island, and there's pogies all over the beach, and you know as well as I do when there's bait on the beach, and you have the opportunity to get out there and fish on it. There's obviously sharks,
everything's there,
jacks, everything, kingfish. There's tarpon, there's cobia. So it's all you got. It is so simple. It's literally catch a net full of pogies, put one on a hook, and drop him out there. I mean, I use the trolling motor, and you just kind of ease around. Not every bait pod has fish on it. So if you fish for 15, 20 minutes on one, just go to the next one. And it's been that way all week. It really has. I think on Wednesday was the only day that it blew out of the northeast real hard, so we had to stay inshore, but which we caught a lot of fish. We caught a lot of fish. So yeah, been a great week. The forecast for today and really it looks like until the middle of next week is southeast 10 to 15, seas 2 to 3 with occasional 5. It's not going to be detrimental, but
not perfect
it's
either.
Going to suck.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, but the best part of that process is that you don't have to go very far. If you've got a boat that you feel like, if you've got a nice bay boat and you want to tool around it at 2 to 3 feet on a southeast wind and just fish the bait pods and fish within a half a mile of the beach, you could do it, but it's just not. It's not going to be very comfortable.
Is it literally if you're fishing there, chef surprise, or you have an idea what you're going to catch?
No, you have no idea.
Yeah. So give me the range of, like, if you're fishing those bait pods, and what are we talking about? You said 10 feet, 20 feet. What was it?
Your number one catch that you're going to catch is sharks.
Oh,
okay. There's every kind of sharks. I mean, literally on Monday, I think I caught like 7 different species of sharks.
Is that good or bad?
Sharks. No, it's great. It's great.
Fun to catch, but you're not eating anything.
I mean, it's a blast.
How big? What's the biggest? Like, what's the biggest on that range?
So for the most part,
little 3-footers.
Usually, 50, 70 pounders.
Yeah.
Or average.
Yeah.
A
fun catch.
Yeah. I mean, I had some folks on the boat. Hey, can we eat one of those sharks? No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not putting a 50-pound shark in the boat. it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that you're trying to put him like straight into the fish box, and if you miss, and there's a very
it's
good
go time.
chance
Yeah.
your feet are all up in the air, and you're running back to the back of the
Somebody just threw a seine net full of razor blades at you. Is what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you've got jacks, you've got sharks, you've got. I have not caught a big bull red this week, but
they're there.
I've seen tarpon, I've seen kingfish. Yeah.
What is? So you're catching all the shark? What are you, about 1,000-pound leader? I mean, what?
No.
No?
And you know what? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because I had some guys fish with me on Monday, and they're like, what kind of leader are you using? And I use 60-pound fluorocarbon.
Okay, and that's enough.
Because most of the time with a shark like that, you hook him in the lip anyway.
Yeah.
And if he does bite through it, it's like 1 out of every 6 hooks you lose, and you just use a 5/0 bronze hook, which is going to rust out of their mouths anyway. So, yeah.
Okay. I had a question about something that we talked about. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and a text liner has reminded me to ask you again about that little golf course that you raved about up near your place. What is the actual name of it, and how far away are we talking? Because you literally have people that are going to head up there to play it.
It's called Little Okmulgee.
Little what now?
Okmulgee.
How do you spell that?
OCMULIEGG.
Good.
Okmulgee.
Yeah, sure.
If you pull it up.
Yeah.
And by the way, it used to be owned by the state.
Yeah.
And it's privately owned by but open to the public. It was $25 forever.
Yeah.
And it was kind of our little secret, but he has since then doubled it. But
still, $50 you can't beat if it's. And where is it? What town? Where are you up there? Statesboro-ish?
McRae.
Where is that? How far from here?
So if let's just say you're going up 441.
Yeah. That's through Baldwin. Is that Baldwin up that way?
Yeah. Through Douglas, Georgia.
Okay.
You run right into McRae.
How far? Is it?
It's 200 from here. It's 240 miles.
Oh, so it's a little bit of a haul. Do you head west to 441 and go that way, or do you head up and then cut over?
So I go through Waycross.
Okay. 75. Is that 7?
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
95. Yeah, 95. Yeah, I meant.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So you go
and
to
then
Waycross.
Then you head west.
And then you head west.
Yeah.
And then you hit 441. And
Gotcha.
then you go up from there.
Gotcha. All right, my man. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Outdoor show tomorrow?
Outdoor show tomorrow. Absolutely. It should be fun. We'll all three be there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate you. There he goes. That's Captain Kevin Favor telling you where to find that fish out on the water. Now, we ended there with just a little bit of golf talk. There's a couple things in the golf world caught my attention yesterday. 3, in fact. Boy, say what you want about Justin Thomas, and he doesn't win enough, but when that guy goes low, he goes low. He tied the course record yesterday at Hilton Head, and that was missing about a 3-foot birdie on 18 to set it by himself. But what's amazing is, and again, he's not really winning a bunch of tournaments, if any, but it's the 3rd course record on tour that he has either held or co-owned in the last 2 years, including here, TPC Sawgrass. Remember, he shot a 61, tied Hoagie's record. I think it was Hoagie. So, man, he is definitely going low, and he leads after round 1 at Hilton Head. It's the biggest lead at Hilton Head after the first round since the lead Jack Nicklaus held back in the 70s. He has a 3-shot lead after round 1 there. The attention on tour, though, and I'd be interested now to go back through round 1 and see if there's a difference. We finally hit the kick point on pace of play. And you know what it takes? It takes Augusta National. And they looked at those buffoons turtling along their golf course for 6-hour rounds with no reasonable explanation why they're playing so slow, and enough is enough. And they're not having it. And immediately now it trickles down to the tour. And these players are so obnoxiously unaware. And I get it, it's your livelihood. But man, you guys gotta pick up the pace. And so they're instituting a few things to try and do that. And this week at Hilton Head, they're using the laser, distance finders, which aren't allowed on tour. And they asked, this is how unaware players are. So they asked Scotty Scheffler about it. About the caddies able to use the laser shooters.
Okay.
The range finders. Scheffler said that, I don't know. I don't really think it'll save that much time. We'll find out. But if you're asking somebody who invests in a golf tournament and no, they're going to say no on 5 hours, but 440 they're in. Yeah, Scotty, 440 they're in. Not to mention the poor players behind you, slowpokes. Not saying that Scheffler is one of them. But here's where you just have no idea. What? 10 minutes? You're caddy? Are you kidding me? You're going to save 45 minutes if y'all do it right. Shoot the distance, get the club, and hit the ball, boys. Because as it is now, they walk to the ball. Caddy puts the bag down. He pulls out his yardage book. He flips to the page, looks at all the particulars. He walks up to a sprinkler. He comes back. He looks at the page. He discusses it with his player for, a minute. Now, walk to the ball, put the bag on the ground, pull out your shooter. Beak, you got 174. Pins back right. There's a little slope to the right of it. Swing away. Yeah, I think if they're doing it right, you could save 30, 45 minutes using those rangefinders. You're not, you got to take into account. And if you really watch, this. It's not like they walk up, they put the bag down, and then, the golfer says, what do we got? And he says, boom, boom, boom. I mean, at least not with the precision. And it's not every shot, but there'll be 10 shots around where they go walking around, checking this distance, rechecking that. And I think with the shooter, it'll speed things up a little bit. So that's another thing that caught me from golf. And then a third, so close, but just short for Miles Russell. Russell trying to make a cut on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's, 16, 17 years old now?
Yeah, that's our young boy.
Yeah. By the way, he won a prestigious amateur event. He's still the number 1 ranked junior amateur in the country. A fantastic career still ahead of him. But 4 under par through 2 rounds left him 1 shot shy of the cut line. I'm going to come back with a Gator growl, Gator basketball facts, Gator football opinion, I both found in the news yesterday, and Liam Cohen on the importance of changing one terrible Achilles heel of a weak spot that this offense had last year. It's a GFL Friday. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Florida and Mississippi State spend Easter weekend in Starkville. Catch every pitch Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon on 1010 AM.
Trying to figure pricing at most AC companies is like listening to an auctioneer.
Who wants an AC tune-up? Do I hear $3.99? How about $2.99? No, let's drop it. $79? Do we have a deal? Going once, going twice? Sold!
Not at Duck Duck Air Conditioning. We make it easy. We're offering a free AC inspection. No gimmicks, no fine print, just a completely free checkup from our highly trained techs to make sure your AC is ready for summer. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, because free is better than bidding. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. So visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go to the...
On 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
It's heating up at Ride Now Jacksonville. Get water adventure ready with the 2024 Yamaha AR195 boat. With its supercharged engine, innovative design, and water sports features, the Yamaha AR195 is ready for anything you throw at it. Originally $46,000, now just $36,000. Oversized in-floor storage for wakeboards and extra gear. Deck and hull design that maximizes space, comfort, and versatility like no other 19-foot boat. Ride Now Jacksonville on Blanding Boulevard. We'll meet or beat any price on all 2024 and prior models.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at kuhnflowers.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, man, thoughts go out to all y'all out there that have loved ones in Tallahassee. I know a bunch of parents have kids at Florida State, and just some tense, tragic moments yesterday with an active shooter, basically at the student union over there. At least 2 killed, 6 more injured. From what I understand, the 2 that were killed were not students. Doesn't make it any, less painful or tragic. There's a report at one time that there may have been more than one shooter, and those details are always kind of sketchy. You're talking to those that were on the scene, but the guy ultimately identified was a student there, a 20-year-old political science major who's the son of a local sheriff's deputy. Arrested after the attack. In fact, I saw where he somehow stole her weapon, or he had access to her weapon. He was actually using her issued weapon, I think, in the attack. Look, there's no rhyme or reason to this. There's no answer that you're going to get. This guy is part crazy, part evil. That's what you are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's not about, you didn't get punished right, or you didn't, get enough sugar in your coffee. You're an evil person. You're throwing middle illness on top of it, and that's how these things happen. His name's Phoenix Eichner, 20-year-old, taken into custody after the incident on Thursday. Used a former service weapon owned by his mom to carry out the deadly shooting. It's since been reported that he'd spent time training with law enforcement himself. So how does it go? Wackadoodle. So again, I know some scary moments for anyone that has any part of that FSU family. So thinking of y'all yesterday, especially as all that. I don't know about those that are listening, but I'm sure you got friends who have kids right now at Florida State. I know I do. So there's that. All right, let's turn it back to a lighter topic. And in this case, we will give you some Gainesville news via the Gator Growl.
Now, slow your roll. It's time for Jeff's Gator Growl. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All right, I got a couple of things here. And, when we talk about the importance of DJ Lagway and to Florida and their success, that's one angle. There's also the angle that just what Florida is, what their ceiling is with DJ Lagway versus without him. Now, the most recent word is that Lagway is going to begin throwing here soon, and if Florida has him, they're a different animal. There was a podcast that Andy Staples, college football writer, and another one of the CNN guys, and they are, basically stated that, yes, they consider Florida to be a national title contender. It's been a lot of years. It almost sounds presumptuous and, a little homery, quite frankly, to position Florida football there. It seems to be a big jump from, a coach getting fired midseason and an 8-5 overall record. But I've said it before. I'll continue to say it leading up to the season. I think the top, the two deep, or the one deep, the 22 starters on offense and defense, best they've had down there probably since they won the title. I believe that. Lines of scrimmage are good. It's about DJ Lagway and his health. Seems to have that, that pizzazz factor that can get you wins even if the stats aren't overwhelming, and we shall see. On the basketball, now that's opinion. It's opinion of a couple guys that matter covering college football day to day. Now to the factual part of the broadcast. Man, they're starting to mask my bask down there in Gainesville, ET. I'm trying to still bask in this national title won by Florida barely a week ago, but I'm getting a little masking to the basking with the personnel news that is leaking out. We know that the three guards are gone. They're out of eligibility. We knew that Alex Condon is testing the waters, and based on the Instagram post that he put out and his, gushing thanks to Todd Golden, it sounds like it won't take much for him to move on to the NBA. So we'll see where they evaluate him. I don't know what that kick point is for him, but when you write the goodbye letter, I think it pushes you towards making the decision that lines up with sending someone a goodbye letter. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, then yesterday, Ruben Chinyelu, the center, says he's going to test his NBA options. Yeah, no. Chinyelu can't play in the NBA right now, especially. Both those guys would be well served to return. They would. Another year of seasoning, another year of success, another year of pounding. Gosh, the inner squad practices make those big men better. They've got such a collection of them right now. Meanwhile, you try and rebuild the backcourt. There seems to be more and more smoke to another addition in the transfer portal. This would be somewhat in the family. Isaiah Brown's freshman guard on the Gators. He's got a big brother that's been playing at Ohio U. And Big Brother averaged about 13 points, shot 38.8% from three-point land, which is, by the way, a better three-point percentage than Walter Clayton had. He was the Gators' leading three-pointer. So, Todd Golden's going to try and, replay, put more bullets in that holster from three. Now, it's going to be a big part of their offense, and that three-pointer saved their bacon in the NCAA tournament. Big ones by a bunch of guys, Clayton and Houck and Richard and Martin, and just having that at your disposal makes you a lot better. So there it is, some Gator news, opinion and fact matriculating out of Gainesville yesterday. All right, we talked yesterday, E.T., about Jarian Jones, and he's a guy that's looking forward to moving outside.
Correct.
Now, that actually came from Jamal St. Cyr over there at Channel 4, who put it on his Twitter feed. You got it in the system there, E.T.? In the system, we have Jarian Jones, and you can hear exactly kind of what I told you he had said when he was talking about the I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of murkiness at the cornerback position. Who's going to go where? But they signed Jordan Lewis out of Dallas, and he has been a premier slot corner. It would seem more iffy to push him outside than to take a young guy. And to hear Jones speak, it's what he's wanted all along.
Last season when I was playing, all 100% nickel, I was asking them, can I go play corner? That's what I play. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I play nickel, but I play, I guard people. That's what I do. I play corner. I guard people. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what all went into it, but just last thing they wouldn't let me do it. So, so the coach staff letting me be able to go do that, that's something when I first met with Coach Camp, when I first met with Liam, that's something I asked them, can I please go play corner? And they was like, well, actually, that's what we were thinking. And I was like, okay, well, we all in cahoots together.
All right, so there you guys. Again, that's from Jamal St. Cyr in his Twitter feed. On the offensive side of the ball, there are so many things to pick at from a year ago, but one of the real bugaboos around here, and it's been a while, it's 3rd and short, 4th and short, right? Our offensive line, they get beat up, pushed around. They want to build a physicality here. I'm thinking more and more, if we got a nasty physical offensive tackle available there at 5, we might send Mr., Boy Scout cookie salesman Walker Little to the Pine or to another destination. Physicality does not define what our offensive line has been for ages. So, Liam Cohen at the draft presser earlier this week, certainly offensive line is going to continue to be addressed. It wasn't fixed with, Makari and a center. Cohen was asked about these 3rd and 4th and shorts by an offense that was pitiful at it last year.
Yeah, I think that's something that ultimately you look at last year. I think in the NFL we were first in Tampa in short yardage. And although I'd love to say that we just, ran duo down everybody's throat, I can't say that. There was some misdirection, jet sweeps, whatever it was, different ways of getting that yard. And ultimately, yes, you'd love to say, man, hey, we got to just gain a yard. We should be able to do this with the most simple plays in football. But it just depends on how you're built and what those matchups look like, obviously. And it is on us as coaches to hopefully put those guys in better positions to be successful that way.
All right, fire up the band, E. We got a football fix. It's brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Back home tomorrow. 7:05 kick, right? Is that what it is? So they take on the
7 o'clock,
Massachusetts Pirates. They're going to wear those UNF, honor UNF, the athletic program there with some UNF-inspired uniforms and helmets, so that'll be cool. Also by the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. We'll see you on the course. Best value in golf, the Jointon Creek Golf Course. All right, more from the National Football League. Mentioned a little bit earlier, but Aaron Rodgers still unsure on his future. Somehow thinks it's okay for teams with quarterback issues to go ahead and draft without any confirmation or denial from him. Dude, go hit your darkness retreat and do me a favor. Stay there for 34 years. The Saints are saying goodbye to a very good offensive lineman, Ryan Ramczyk. Here's another thing that's happening with these big money deals in the NFL. Guys aren't staying and playing for 15, 20 years. If you're a guard or a center, you wanted to accumulate generational wealth in the NFL. Back in the day, you had to play for ever. Not anymore. You can go play for 7 years and move on at the age of 30. It's what Ramczyk is doing after 7 years and 3 All-Pro. I wonder if this ultimately starts to affect the Hall, by the way. 3 All-Pro honors, 2018 to 2020. He's the second of, he's a tackle, by the way. I think I may have said guard. He's the second of 2 former Saints All-Pro tackles to retire this year, with Terron Armstead announcing it 2 weeks earlier. Again, the money these dudes can make, get out with $40, $50, $60 million at the age of 30. The Bills going to reunite and hope it feels so good. Tre'Davious White, a corner, will be back in Buffalo for a second time. Most recently, I think he was with the Ravens. Bills have had a couple of those that have bounced around just a little bit. All right, that's Football Fix. You're welcome. Clear the table here. Hicken Arrival and more come your way next. It's a GFL Friday. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Barry Sanders.
Sanders still on his feet, and Sanders is gone.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
1010XL.
Learn Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Want to support a locally and veteran-owned company? If you need a new AC, we should be your first and only call. Ideal Conditions keeps you cool. Just ask your AC. Call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
Are you ready for some exciting football action? Your Jacksonville Sharks take on the Massachusetts Pirates Saturday, April 19th. Get family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Don't miss the unforgettable Frisbee Dogs and keep an eye out for the Easter Bunny. A fun night for the kids. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. The Jacksonville Sharks are 3-0 and ready to make it 4-0 this weekend as your Jacksonville Sharks take on the Massachusetts Pirates this Saturday. Get our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Don't miss the unforgettable Frisbee Dogs and keep an eye out for the Easter Bunny. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. And go Sharks! Go Sharks! Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Imagine enjoying the beautiful days of summer in North Florida, relaxing in your enclosed patio, free from bugs and debris. I'm Josh Molina, owner of River City Screens. We are your trusted local screen experts. We pride ourselves in our craftsmanship and our relationships, because with Florida's unpredictable weather, you want someone dependable and reliable to show up for you every time. New construction or repairs, call River City Screens. 904-923-3544.
License number SCC 131153483.
Scholar athletes don't just score on the field, they also excel in the classroom.
That's why 1010XL salutes the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Wednesdays on The Franchi Show, brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If you're heading to the Og or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
DUI, don't stress. Call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Millard Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Millard Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Direct from Broadway, MJ, the Tony Award-winning musical, is starting something all across America. Get tickets now to what the Washington Post calls a runaway hit. MJ the Musical, playing Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts, April 22nd through 27th. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Surfing the Summer Surf Camp. Florida Gators baseball team is heading into their 6th SEC series of the season with strong momentum, riding a 5-game winning streak. This weekend, they face Mississippi State on the road, aiming to continue their impressive form. You can hear the series live starting this evening on 1010XL AM and stream. JU Dolphins baseball secured a commanding win over Florida Gulf Coast University on Thursday night to secure the series opening win. The series continues this evening, where the JU manager looks to have his team ready.
Be ready for their best punch and get after it.
The Jacksonville Icemen are ready to hit the ice this evening. They take on their rivals, the Florida Everblades, in Game 1 of the Kelly Cup playoffs. The puck drops at 7:30 p.m. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7:02 and it's 61 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
This is how we do.
It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
You know it! Sweet Friday! It's a good Friday.
Yes,
I need a little emotion, please.
Hey!
Ho! Hey, ho!
We can talk sports drama all the time. The biggest comeback in humankind happened this weekend.
Take it Friday.
Fun,
fun. Yeah. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Back seat. Front seat. You know what I'm thinking, E?
What you thinking?
One more time.
Run it back in.
Boys get excited.
Oh, yeah. Good to be here on a sweet Friday. Excited, pumped, ready to roll. So close to the draft now, ready to bring it in, ready to make a pick. Lots of stuff happening in sports world. Enjoying it, soaking it all in, Jeffrey.
Soaking, yeah. I'm wheeling and dealing. I've suddenly soured on the projected pick, so I'll plod through.
I know you
plod
gotta
through. Yeah,
find yourself here.
Yeah,
this one.
It's a position, not the prospect. I'll accept it when it comes. I just wonder if we can't get more pop for our dollar somewhere else, but we'll see.
Speaking of the picks, I'd
rather take a tackle, Hick. If the tackle and Graham are even, I'd rather take the tackle. It's a much more important position, and we're terrible there too. I mean, to argue that Graham's upgrade over, Smith is less than one of those tackles over Little. I mean, who don't know? I guess that's why they're getting paid the big bucks down there. Baselli's making all that cash.
Well, we'll find out what they do next week. And the other wild card is all the Ashton Jeanty smoke going on.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, again, I would rather have that than a D tackle.
There's a lot of that going around.
But that's also an under. I say that, but for the same reasons I wouldn't want the DT. At some point, if you prioritize the positions, there's a list.
Yeah.
Right? Quarterback, cornerback, edge, tackle, linebacker, safety. I mean, you go down the line before you get to running back and D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You do. So for the fifth pick, we'll see. We'll see what their philosophy is. Those are all great players.
Our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Home, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Florida Gators, and the PGA Tour.
How would you feel about the Jags going Ashton Jeanty with the 5th overall pick? How would you feel about it? Just gauging the temperature. You have 4 choices here. Thank you, Dreamfinders Homes, a 4.99% fixed interest rate right now in 15 different locations.
15.
Yeah, 15 all around Jacksonville. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. They will help you navigate that purchase. And you first-time homeowners, check them out. How do you feel? You love it. You love it. It helps Trevor. I'd rather get Graham or Walker. What happened to build inside out? Those are your 4 choices.
Yeah, I think I would go with, it's, as usual, I've done a good job. There's a couple that I think would correspond. Give me the 4 real quick this time. Just read through them quick.
Love it. Help Trevor. Rather get Graham Walker. Build inside out. E?
Helps Trevor.
Interesting. I've hit on a nerve here with the Googans because it's very close. They're all in the 20s. So, still to be determined, and I don't know, kind of a savvy football fan base. Build inside out, 29.4%. I mean, the sexier pick is Ashton Jeanty.
If you think about it, we've had luck drafting the running back.
We have?
Fred Taylor.
Yeah.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
The high picks have been good. Even James Stewart, Travis Etienne, they've all
they've been
decent.
good.
Travis Etienne hadn't been worth that first-round pick. In a good couple of years. There's a question that they're trying to determine down there. Is it the running backs or is it the line of scrimmage in the execution?
Well, they signed in free agency offensive linemen.
Right.
Let's not forget that.
But just a couple, though, and just the bit players, not the big ones.
I don't think they think Macari is a bit player.
You think Walker Little will be the starting left tackle when the season starts?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
Not so sure.
Yeah, I think the starting left tackle's on this roster.
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
it.
a problem.
But yeah,
They ain't drafted. I don't think they're.
That's a problem.
Again, I don't know. I don't think they're drafting a tackle with the first.
They could draft a mean, ugly tackle in round 2 that could take Walker Little. Here's my problem with Little.
Mm-hmm.
Given numerous opportunities, he can never beat out Cam Robinson, who was never good enough. He never won a battle with Cam Robinson for a spot.
Again,
could be who's doing it.
According to who?
Well, according to who they ran out there.
According to coaches who got fired.
Oh, well, okay.
That's my point.
I hear you.
And they just
they
literally just paid him.
You sit there and talk about, well, you're discounting the coaches. You're discounting the coaches. And now you can't go back to the coaches and say, well, the coaches knew that so-and-so. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the coaches were no good.
We need much better tackles than what we have. We need that to be any good. And I don't think there's any good teams in the league that don't have tackles that are good.
Yeah.
We need guys, they'll rank the tackles in the division later, and it's not a great division. We'll see. I know what they've said about the offensive line, and I don't think it's all been accomplished. The 1.5 over-under, I raised an eyebrow. It immediately went to 2. I'm going to keep it at 2.5. I'm not sure the tackles that are the tackles will be the tackles in September.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what they feel about Mimbo or some of these other guys.
I just continue to be, though, we gave up 32 sacks, which is like 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25th in the NFL. I mean, if you sat there and said the Chicago, we had these same discussions about our offensive line and we were the Chicago Bears. In Chicago, I get it, 68 sacks. Cleveland Browns, 66. Houston Texans, 54. Seattle Seahawks, 54. New England Patriots, 52. Tennessee Titans, 52. Vegas Raiders, 50. We're all the way down to 32.
We may be okay at that one thing. We're terrible. The O-line can't get third and short. They can't do anything consistently. They step on their own selves.
Yeah.
They're just
Was it?
pushed around.
Maybe it was the play calling. Maybe it was
maybe
it was the technique. Maybe it was that zone scheme. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't answer.
I know. Me too.
It's just amazing to me that
I would say that a left tackle would help Trevor a lot more than a running back.
You know what an offensive line like is compared to baseball, like a bullpen. Every year it changes.
Yeah.
You never know.
You
Sometimes
never know what
they
you're gonna
do
get.
good.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't.
Right.
I guess they could have a good year and a bad year.
The only
Same
difference
guy.
is the closer on your O-line stays good, whereas your closer in baseball from one year to the next can just go bye-bye.
Yes.
Your center, your Jeff Saturday is going to be Rivera.
Yeah.
The rest of them are, Minter. Is he pitched for you yet? Is he hurt?
Wouldn't you think? Like what you just said, you said a left tackle will help Trevor more than the running back.
Yeah.
I think it's probably equivalent, man.
Okay.
You don't think like a good running game?
I think our line has been way subpar, and we haven't changed a ton.
No argument there.
That's all. So and I don't know if it's the reason. I don't know why the reasons are. Maybe the tackles are fine. Maybe it's the coaching. Maybe it's everything. But I just, again, my biggest thing is the bang for the buck, and the interesting thing here with these two players, defensive tackle and running back, when you're prioritizing positional needs, not just on the Jags, but overall, those fall awful low to use the 5th pick in the draft on. Now, Jeanty, I think, is worth it more than the D tackle. I think if you're running your team good, that D tackle you ought to find very, very productive and competent in round 2, 3, or 4. Like a guard. That's what I think. Now, that doesn't. Now, if this guy is, freaking, Aaron Donald, then, yeah, never mind.
Our yards per carry last year, 4.2. I mean,
I don't know why then the grade. I mean, you look at any ranking of the Jaguars offense. I look at the I look at the eye test, and they were just we have not been able imposed our will and put together back-to-back drives in 3 years.
Yeah,
you look at good teams, good offensive line. Whoosh, whoosh 6, whoosh 9, whoosh, whoosh.
Maybe it was the running back.
Maybe
I don't know. Maybe the running backs aren't that good. I mean,
they've at least proven that they are.
The Baltimore Ravens, who we took one of their players, led the league with a 5.8 yards per carry. But the reason they did is they had Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Well, sure. But Travis Etienne has proven.
So were they a good offensive lineup? They let one guy go to a free agency. I guess they kept Ronnie.
And by the way,
Stanley,
we didn't take their 7-year legacy starter. Yeah. We took a guy who's their fill-in, their swing guy.
You know who was second in the league in running the ball? Arizona Cardinals, 5.3. You know who's tied with them? Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. Well, the Bucs ran it good. They had a great line,
but they stuck with the run. We didn't run it enough.
Yeah, I don't. There's a thousand reasons why. I think there's some truth in that. Etienne's skills have seemed to have eroded, or he's been injured. But make no bones, he's been an explosive top 10 back in the league. For a full season, and he's only been in the league a couple of years. Is that gone? That's a big question. These are questions they have to answer. From the fan base standpoint, we see a lot of problems down there and things that we don't think are suddenly going to change.
Yeah.
Do you think Etienne's got another 1,000-yard season in him as a Jaguar? And by the way, 1,000 is nothing special.
Yeah, I think he got it.
I don't think he'll rush for 1,000. I think we've seen the best of Etienne.
You might be right.
Yeah, I don't know. And does anyone here think Bigsby is a first-string franchise running back?
And here's the thing.
Do you? You think Bigsby's a load toter for you? Is he your running back, your starting back for years to come?
No.
So this all feeds the Jeanty smoke too. That's my point.
But I also know that as bad as the offense was, the defense was worse.
Yeah.
And statistically, but I go to any statistic, I look at, they're the Jaguars, 31st in yards per game. Oof. Right? I mean, so I go to rushing, and there they are, 132 yards per game they gave up, they got to, I go to points, and there they are, 28th and 25.6 points per game they gave up. So I don't know. It's going to be, there's a lot of holes to fill still, and so maybe it's Mason Graham with the 5th overall, and then maybe it's a receiver, and then maybe it's an offensive lineman and a corner in the 3rd round. Now you're getting kind of, but you got to hit on it. So we'll discuss that throughout the day. Lots of Jags talk coming up. Right after we left yesterday, we heard the news. Lee Corso, one more game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he's going to do one game?
He's going to do one game.
I saw that he was retiring. I didn't.
Yeah, he'll do one more game. He'll come in August 30th, and I'm assuming that they will be at the Ohio State-Texas game. They could go to Florida State-Alabama, but I think they'll go to Ohio State-Texas. His first headgear game was in 96. It was an Ohio State-Brutus Buckeye. A lot of tributes pouring out, but you know what? I will say this. In the time that we criticized the heck out of ESPN, and rightfully so, they did let guys like Lee Corso and Dick Vitale and
age out,
age gracefully, and not so gracefully at times, but a real icon in the sport.
It is. I did not really particularly. I enjoyed Dickie V being able to do what he wants to do, but it's It's not appointment TV to hear Dickie V on the call this year.
No. And
Corso became a caricature almost with this,
I think the beauty of Lee Corso was that it really was, like my kids love to watch Lee Corso put the headgear on. It was like you knew very few things in television that you sit there and say, okay, 11:55, I want to see it.
Yeah. And that's a fair point. Yeah. Who's he? Especially when they were in their heyday.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they still are for the younger. I mean, I aged out of game day. I've aged out of pregame. I've been pregame to death in my sports fan life.
And anybody can do it, but he did it with.
He had a charm.
He was good
for sure. He had a charm. He's everybody's grandpa, right? And it was just easy to like. All right, to your point, they finished 27th in 2024. They went into last year ranked as the 23rd offensive line, and at the end of the season, Pro Football Focus had them at 19, not elite, but not among the worst. After a disappointing rookie season, PFF writes, Anton Harrison seemed to improve in 2024, showed encouraging signs in the second half from week 11 on, a 71 PFF grade, 17th among right tackles over that span. Again, you're peaking at average. The Jaguars were once again among the better pass blocking units in the NFL, 122 pressures, 18 sacks on 606 snaps. That's a third-ranked 88.4 pass blocking efficiency ranking. Biggest issue was once again run blocking.
Yeah.
Few struggles in pass protection, but the Jaguars consistently failed to generate movement in the running game. And so, which would, I guess, speak to the weakness more being inside than outside. And to your point, I don't think they're taking a lot of what we discuss here are more my thoughts on roster construction. I don't want to think they're doing. I think they're taking Mason Graham.
Yeah,
I personally would be a little more aggressive. They're not gonna. They love that draft. They love the depth of this draft. They already have in their little minds where they're taking in round 4, pick 107. They've got their plan. I don't think they're willing to give up a first, second, and third to go get Travis Hunter. I would. That's the fun I would have, or at least find out.
Well, yeah, I don't know that teams would give that up.
Well, that's just looking at the trade chart. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but they might say no.
Yeah, they might. That's correct.
Probably a good chance they'd say no.
I would.
Yeah,
I would never, ever, ever, if it was in position to draft Travis Hunter, trade him to anyone. I'd take him.
Yeah.
Did you see what Louis Riddick had to say about this? Would be interesting for Denny.
Mm-hmm.
See what he had said about Cam Ward?
No.
I mean, he is all in, brother.
Oh, really?
He's done it all. He's done it. He said, okay, I'll be that guy, man. I am all in. This guy is that dude. He makes every throw. He's got a cannon for an arm. Oh. I was watching him work out. Remember last year I was at LSU and I watched Jaden Daniels and I told you, he's just a difference. Yeah, Cam Ward's got that too. So hopefully he's wrong because he's going to the Titans.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, so, jeez, we haven't heard that much on Cam Ward.
No, he's the first guy to really say not just he's okay or he can be. He's like, no, he's that guy. He is the number one pick.
Huh?
Interesting.
He's due to be wrong.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
How about that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we shall see. Somebody reports are around town. Somebody was playing golf yesterday and might have had 3 birdies in a 5-hole stretch.
Oh, nice.
Oof.
Yeah, that's
wow.
I mean,
must
that's
be a hell of a player.
Must be a pretty good player.
Yeah.
That's JT-esque.
the same player, 2 under through 5, probably managed to shoot about 78, maybe.
Also,
is that what he did?
Yeah. So 2 under through 5, and then he went 8 over through 13.
I just choose to.
Yeah. That player was me, E. Yeah. Hick invited me out in the afternoon there with his bud, and we went and played on a golf course here in town that's about to ready to redo their greens, and they were like the fattest, hardest greens we played. I hit a couple bomb putts, but I hit it pretty good yesterday. I had fun. I think Dan's a good luck charm. I typically play good with him.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
And somebody,
had a good time.
Hey, Dan, you seen that? Somebody tagged us in it. This is getting silly at this point. I don't want to butcher the young girl's name. Natasha Keel. She aces the par 3 12th in the Big Ten championship practice round.
Wow.
Her 4th hole-in-one of the season.
Wow. Of the year? That's all. I'm going to ask you this question.
Wow.
This one question.
Yes, sir. She's Purdue, by the way. Purdue Boilermakers.
And I want you to give me an honest answer. And this is more about the other person in this comparison than it is yours truly.
Uh-huh.
And understanding that yesterday was an outrageously effective day. At one point, I had 4 putts through 5 holes because I'm hitting them off the fringe.
Yes.
If Rory McIlroy had come onto the green and putted for me yesterday, would I have shot better, worse, or the same?
The whole day?
The whole day. If every putt that I hit yesterday, if I played the golf course and then Rory took over the putting, would I have scored the same, better, or worse?
Well, before I answer that, I would say this. I think you would have won the Masters if you started on the greens yesterday.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
You putted very well.
Yeah. That's the fact is the guy who won the Masters #1 in the world, that's where his putting is. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was my big point.
The question is, would you have let him putt for you after you got there?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Like, hey,
a bad
Rory,
number one. A bad #1 in the world is better than any single digit handicapper that I know.
Yes.
And in fairness now too, it's really the only thing that I do that is anywhere above, like way above normal. That's all. It's the only thing that I do that is like good. Not that, like, anyway.
I mean, there were some, like, that was a couple like 30, 40 footers rolling in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I had one on a par 3. It was ridiculous. The other was like, 15, 20. And the greens, it's just, I don't know. The way the greens were in is fast and hard.
I can't wait to hit my first birdie. I can't wait.
Yeah, 3 and 5 holes, though, man. I was on cloud 9 and then proceeded to top a wedge, make a double, and it's back to reality.
That's more my range right
there. It was fun. Had a good time.
Big bogey.
All right, let's do this. By the way, speaking of golf, and you mentioned JT, 3rd course record on tour in the last 2 years.
Damn, JT.
Including here, right? Didn't JT set the TPC Sawgrass record this year or last? Yeah, 61, I think. So, yeah, he was on fire. He doesn't win, though. So I guess he'll shoot 74 today.
Well, Scotty's right there.
Yeah.
Scotty's what?
He shot 7 under, so yeah, he's 3 back.
3 back. So
this was hard. This tells you about this golf course and how it's kind of tighter and it bunches up the field. It's the biggest first-round lead at this event since Jack Nicklaus in the 70s.
Wow.
Right? 3 shots is it.
Wow.
Guys will extend from the field, but from at least a guy or two, they usually don't.
He missed that putt?
Yeah, that's the one he missed.
Jeez.
Slid a little right. He would have had the record on his own. And we're looking at putt on 18, about a 4-footer, and kind of let it dive a little bit right on him. All right, you want to take a timeout and do the 10-minute drill?
I'm ready.
Got some headline type stuff that we can kick around here. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
One season came to a close yesterday. That's the National Hockey League season, and a couple things of note. Number one, Alex Ovechkin throwing another goal, 897 now, so he'll go over 900. Pretty impressive stuff from the game's all-time scoring leader. And the end of another career in broadcast. Not a lot for fans around here, but Sam Rosen, who did the Rangers games for 40 years. It's a power play goal, is Sam Rosen's catchphrase, and he will be missed. And the Rangers end a disappointing season with a shutout of the Lightning. And Shesty gets his 6th of the year, but all for naught. No playoffs for the Rangers. Let the playoff hockey begin. It's as fun as it can be. And shout out to the Iceman as well. We'll talk to their coach later.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
What's the deal with the show?
The 1010XL Podcast Network is now available just about everywhere you find podcasts.
I mean, I think the show's going to be a huge hit.
Search for your favorite 1010XL podcast in your platform of choice.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hey, you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977. I'm talking about Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated. Love that. They offer pool service. We use Surfside Pools. They're terrific. Equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Man, let Surfside Pools transform that backyard of yours into the oasis that you crave. You ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call them 246-2666, 246-2666. There's Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Denny Thompson here. You got to check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming, Iowa.
Need a fast casual option that's healthy, fresh, and delicious? Choose the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Gyros, salads, hummus, and more made completely fresh right as you order. Off 210 in St. John's Parkway. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three, work on three, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010xl.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and book your space today.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista with a special invitation. Are you tired of scrolling through other people's boating adventures? Are you sick of liking your friends' posts out of jealousy when you see them on the water? Are you finally ready to cure the FOMO for Florida's greatest pastime, boating? Then I'd like to invite you to visit the Freedom Boat Club at the boat show and see what this Boating Made Simple is all about. We handle the cleaning, maintenance, storage, and all the hassles of an entire fleet in Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine. You join the club and use the boats whenever you want. You can also go boating at over 350 locations across the U.S., Canada, and Europe. From water sports and cruising to inshore and offshore fishing, we've got you covered. We even include unlimited one-on-one water training for every membership, so you gain the confidence you need at the helm to have fun. See us at the boat show this month to learn about Boating Made Simple and receive a special discount on membership and start creating your own memories on the water. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is, why buy from Arlington Toyota? Mia here. How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone. Plus, right now, you choose a pre-owned 2022 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, we got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we hand out a prize back. I love me, America. E, what do we got today?
I got 2 tickets. I got 2 tickets. I got 2 kids. Hey, hey, hey. I got tickets to the iconic classic rock favorite, America. They're live at the Florida Theater April 23rd. Tickets are on sale now at TicketMasterFloridaTheater.com. But one lucky winner can win 2 pairs of tickets, or 1 pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill. Holla at your boy.
You know, E brought up Natasha Keel from Purdue making holes in one. The Lady Gators won the SEC championship yesterday, so congrats to them. But gymnastics went down the tubes, didn't make the final, whatever it is, Super 6 or whatever is the final thing.
It's Final Four now.
They got knocked out, and Missouri took their spot. They had a bad day. They just didn't perform well, apparently on the vault is what I read. So they're out.
It's been a heck of a year for the SEC, except for football.
Yeah.
I mean,
crazy.
They're winning a lot and winning everything.
Yeah, and softball lost to I think Alabama. They had a big series this week.
Bama real good again this year. I saw they beat. They're not as good as they've been, though, I think. I saw they beat Oklahoma yesterday when Oklahoma, or earlier, or was it the other way around? One of them was lower than I'm used to seeing.
I think Oklahoma's not as.
They're the ones that are 15, and Bama's the ones that still 1 or 2. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
I got you.
I'm just telling you that Florida doesn't seem to pitch well.
Travis, if you don't think the league is listening, Travis Hunter said that it's a show ender if you don't play me both ways.
Yeah.
I want to play both ways.
Yeah.
I saw the Giants immediately came out and said, oh, yeah, we'll play you both ways, no problem. Now the Browns yesterday taking a step further with their GM Andrew Berry saying that Hunter is, worth the pick. He's a unicorn, quote unquote, and he's a lot like Shohei Ohtani. So you tell me if Cleveland would take him at number 2.
Who said that?
That's the Browns GM.
Said Hunter is?
Yes. He says Hunter's worth one of the top picks in the draft, even if he only plays one position, and then he compared him to Ohtani. It's a little bit like Ohtani, where when he's playing one side, he's an outstanding player. If he's a pitcher, he's a hitter, he's an outstanding player. You obviously get a unicorn.
The GM
if
there
you use him both
still
ways.
that Andrew Berry guy? Yeah. He's terrible.
Yeah.
How is that guy still employed?
I don't know.
I saw Aaron Rodgers, speaking of Aaron's, went on the McAfee show. And I'll tell you one thing I will kind of defend Aaron Rodgers on, but then I was thinking about it, and is that a can't-win situation? But he kind of railed on the Jets a little bit.
Yeah, he's wrong.
And I think, I don't think so.
Okay.
You make me fly across the country, and 20 seconds in, you tell me you're making a change.
Maybe fly across for OTAs.
Well, maybe not.
Come to some stuff. Maybe be a leader. Maybe be the professional. So is that unprofessional? I'm sorry. You kind of gave us the unprofessional treatment all year.
Well, that was a new coach that he was talking to. Had nothing to do
new
with
coach
that.
doesn't want. The bottom line is, to your point.
Yeah.
I don't believe him, Dan. That's the problem. I'm not taking it face value. They made me fly across country and didn't. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you flew all the way across country to talk to them. I believe you went to go to a concert and swung by while you were there.
But then my thought process was if they told him over the phone, he'd be like, "Oh, those cowards told me over the phone. They couldn't tell me face to face."
Fair.
So
I've never met anyone with less self-awareness or maybe it's not self-awareness per se, but Aaron Rodgers is on his own
you don't
island.
like him, so I get
it's
it.
not about, I mean,
No, it is about it. You don't like him. Whatever he does, you're going to criticize. That's how you are with Aaron Rodgers. It's okay, but it's just that factors into your whatever comments there are about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I know you don't.
I don't like underachievers. Yeah. If Aaron Rodgers were Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, if he was a normal person, a leader, he'd have 5 touchdowns and 5 Super Bowls and maybe the best quarterback of all time. But he's not. He's a self-absorbed. I've let every coach know that I got my personal life priorities. I got okay, good. Go do them, buddy. Go do them. Don't be the quarterback of my team, the leader of men, the general of my, army here, so to speak.
Well, for $10 million, it's a pretty good bargain if that's what he's willing to
That's
play.
another lie. I don't believe he'll sign with someone for $10 million. A second lie uttered.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. He's still out and about, and I guess his message was, look, I don't know what I'm going to do
Well,
yet.
I mean, this is what annoys me, Dan. It's not the talent. It's this fact that you think you're just unique enough that no one follows protocol. There's a draft next week, dumb, eh?
Yeah.
Teams need to know.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
So and don't come back with your nonsense after you walk out of your hallucinogenic trip.
Yeah.
To complain about who showed what love.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers didn't give any commitment to the Jets. I mean, I can totally understand why they wouldn't want him back.
Well, we shall see. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention what happened in Tallahassee yesterday. Just thinking about, obviously we have lots of friends and, gosh, so many kids, friends of ours, children are, and it's very disconcerting if you've ever been around something like that. So, and a lot of them go to TCC or TSC or whatever it is, and then they go to FSU. And so, golly, I mean, just another terrible, terrible incident by a sick individual.
Yeah, there's evil in this world, and there's mental illness.
20-year-old kid.
Yeah, just evil.
Ugh.
You're evil. You take a gun, you shoot a bunch of people, you're an evil person, and how you got that way, I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyway.
But a weekend to reflect on that, perhaps.
Yeah. Good point. Hate when it strikes. Hate it all the time. Hate when it strikes so close to home. And
we all know people who have kids at Florida State right now, and that period, you don't know what's going on. I don't know your kids' schedules. You're petrified, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And imagine all the ones that can't immediately get through, because that also happens with college-age kids that are away. So, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. So, anyway, thinking about that, that was a police officer's son. And
sheriff's deputy's son, he got a hold of one of her old issued guns or something. He was doing training in law enforcement. There's some mental illness and some evil here, period.
For sure. And the Mets won last night.
Well, good for you.
So I got that going.
The Braves did not lose. I can confirm.
Who do you got this weekend?
We go to Minnesota to lose 2 out of 3 this weekend. We just went Schwellenbach Strider and scored 4 runs and lost 2 in a row. So if anybody thinks that, we'll get the pitching match, we'll be fine.
Certainly you can't be on the road still. You must be at home.
What do you mean? Well, maybe we are.
Yeah, you got to be.
I don't pay attention. So it's not an act.
Because you have a lot of road games already played. I would almost guarantee you're at home this weekend. Because you just finished up.
I'm pretty sure we're on the road, but
we'll check.
I'll check.
But anyway.
No, you're right. Twins at the Braves.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Somehow they made us a favorite tonight. I wonder if that means Chris can't win a game to save my life. Sale will be on the bump. I mean, how are we a favorite against the Twins are 7-12. We're 5-13. This is going to be awesome. We're going to lose 2 out of 3 to a terrible team at home. Boo them. Boo them, Braves Nation.
They beat us 2 out of 3. So
did they?
Yeah.
They're 7-12. And
they're not very good.
Well, they're better at home.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Whatever. We're terrible, dude. I mean, I'm just telling you, man. It's a long season. We'll get Acuna back at some point. They're going to win 8 in a row. We'll see if they built too big a hole for that to matter. They might. Or 8 games under 500 and going the wrong way. It's obnoxious.
Griffin Canning pitched a good 6 innings.
Good for him. Never heard of him.
I was excited about that.
I saw that.
Our pitching's been good. Our hitting
6 IP, 1 R. I saw.
Yes. That was it.
I'm watching.
That was it. Thank you.
I just want the other teams to lose. I don't want anyone that I'm to the point now, because the Braves go every year and tick you off some way. I literally hate every team in the league. I don't want the Cardinals to win. I hate just from Schilt and all those guys, infield fly. I don't want the Dodgers to win ever. The Mets, the Phillies, worse. Ugh.
Yeah. I get it.
The Giants can hockey sticks.
Kumar Rocker got his first win. Remember Kumar Rocker?
Is that the one that you drafted and then he went back?
Yeah.
Is he with the Rangers? Where did he end up?
He's in Texas.
So he started last night. Is his first start? Or?
Yeah. No. He lost his first 2.
But this is the first year he's been a major league starter?
I believe so.
Huh.
So he got his first MLB victory.
His was like some sort of elbow issue or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. He went 7.
But you drafted him and he said no and went back. Is that how it worked? Or you drafted him and then you didn't sign him? That's how it happened?
I think maybe he didn't pass his physical or something like that. There were elbow issues and they didn't want to.
That's been a while now, too. That's been 5-6 years.
Oh, yeah. It took a while. But he was, remember him and, what was it, Leiter? Was it him and Leiter at Vandy? Anyway, 6.38 ERA. And the son of Tracy Rocker, for those football fans, if they remember.
Yeah, correct. So, and Rocker had David Rocker. Was it his brother? Both played for Auburn?
Was it David?
We're going to go David Rocker.
Might be David. Here's what we'll do. We'll tell you that the number to call right now if you want to go see America is 641-1010, but you best be kind, courteous, and correct with E, and he will award you the tickets. It's his discretion. That's how the game's played on this particular radio program. E?
That's how the game goes. The iconic classic rock favorite, America, will be live at the Florida Theater April 23rd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com. But somebody hit me up right now for a chance to win a pair of tickets. 904-641-1010.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. That's why we're here.
It's like you said, it's all hard.
1010XL.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
Hey, get ready for the best prices ever on all diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets at Beard's Diamonds over at the St. John's Town Center. Listen up, friends. This is big. 7 days starting Monday, April 21 through the 27th. You'll get up to 40% off. That's right. I said it. 40%. Beard's most ambitious sale ever. An amazing buying opportunity for you. Look, locally owned Beard's always beats the big corporate store prices. But we're going to take it to a whole new level starting Monday. All diamond stud earrings, all tennis bracelets on sale. Big time. Every woman needs a great pair of diamond stud earrings and a nice tennis bracelet. They can be worn everywhere. From Target to the movie theaters. At this event, you can get a 1-carat pair of studs or a 10-carat pair. You save up to 40% on all diamond studs, all diamond tennis bracelets, but it's just for next week only, 7 days. April 21 through April 27. You got it? And it's only at Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local, baby. Shop Beard's.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
A chipped windshield can turn into a big problem fast. Lauren Brooks here. Trust Novus Glass of Jacksonville for expert repair and replacement. Call 904-289-2905 for Novus Glass in Orange Park. 904-289-2905.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. Setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
1010XL covers every angle of the draft.
That is what I do.
Listen for draft previews brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Big Brothers Big Sisters. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Nobody better than Beaches Dermatology to take care of your skin. Drs. Metz, Dr. Boudreaux, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Oh, man, Solana Road's where I go. Love the staff over there, and I'm not alone. In fact, voted one of the top workplaces of 2025 via the Jacksonville Business Journal. Nobody better than folks at Beaches Dermatology. And by the way, they want to remind you to take care of your skin, especially as we start to turn the oven on here in the Sunshine State, man. Wear those floppy hats. Wear some long sleeve dry fits. Protect that skin from that sun, man. Sunscreen, whatever it takes. If something does show up on your skin, though, don't wait. Go get it checked out. It's easy to do. Just go to beachesdermatology.com. There's more than one location to serve you. Find the one that's closest to you, one that can help you best. That's beachesdermatology.com. Make your appointment. You'll be glad you did. Nobody better than Beaches Dermatology.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors to get the job done right, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit Coastal Equipment for a demo today.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny. Your tax refund is here. Why not invest in your home? Superior Fence and Rail helps you build value with beautiful, durable fences that boost your home security, privacy, and curb appeal. With expert installation and financing options, turning your yard into an outdoor oasis is easier than ever. Reinvest in your home today with Superior Fence and Rail.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Mason Graham from Michigan has been a player many have connected to Jacksonville in this year's draft. Graham provides activity, effort, strength, and quickness, with the first step that makes the defensive tackle's interior disruption inevitable. And although he doesn't have the freakish size, length, or athleticism that others might offer, he is tough, consistent, and productive. And that's what the Teal and Black need inside.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Zach Breyer. When my dad started in business in 1990, I wasn't even born yet.
That's true. And after 35 years and nearly 20,000 satisfied customers, we literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you need more outdoor living space with a glass or screen enclosure, or you're looking to transform your home with new flooring, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites, or better yet, do yourself a favor and stop by one of our showrooms on Phillips Highway to experience the Lifetime difference and receive 20% off your purchase.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Love to hear percussion.
You bet.
Turn it upside down. Come on, Jeff.
I love this new profession.
Love to hear it blow on you. So sound pretty. The violins keep moving to the
Feels like this song should be older than it
But
is.
when you hear the scratch of the guitar scratching,
Vibrato.
then you know that rhythm carries all the action. Whoa, yeah.
Is there a Gloria Estefan Lane in Miami? Probably is, isn't there?
Should be.
You think there is?
I wouldn't doubt
She
it.
was a likable entertainer, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She always
Yeah.
came across as so sweet, so cool, very talented. That's a classy lady, Gloria Estefan.
She was an entertainer, too.
Yeah, she was a classy lady. So, you see Bill Belichick's got his quarterback.
I don't think this is Gloria Estefan, by the way.
Oh, it's not?
This is Gloria
Is it?
Estefan.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
I didn't think
Throw,
so.
throw me that fright like that? Who did you think it was? Did you think
I
it was
just
someone
didn't think
in
it was
particular?
her.
Yeah, it's the Miami Sound Machine. Yeah, 100%.
There wasn't one of these before that?
I don't think so. Turn the beat. That's what I'm saying. This feels like it's a song from the 50s. It's weird. He played it.
Now I got to look.
He literally played it off the playlist.
No,
How do you not trust it?
I want to see if there was an original.
Older one.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that. I have no idea. Maybe there was an older one, but I know that was
Vicky Sue Robinson.
back in the day. But do you remember that as a song?
1976.
Okay,
So that would be
yeah.
more in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Can I hear the 1976
Yeah,
version
let's
of
do
Turn
the
the Beat
Sure
Around?
Can do around here.
When
Sure.
you get it.
I mean, we're going to open the Deer Drill mailbag. We can do anything.
Yeah. Our friend, were you going to say something?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
See, I don't even remember this
No,
one.
I don't know. 76? Yeah, me either. It's that hippie version.
Yeah, this is mine.
Okay, I think I do remember
That's
this.
it's very, I want to hear the voice, though.
Or is Get Smart John chiming in with Vicky Sue Robinson?
Yeah, I'm now disappointed in Gloria that she had to cherry pick her biggest hit.
Because this was a hit when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds the same.
Sounds the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Fair.
When did Gloria release it?
She's like probably like mid-80s.
Yeah, I think it's
Not very
80s.
far after that. Really? That's 76.
So that's why I was thinking.
I hear it.
Same thing.
They sound very similar. I mean, I got to take away some props from Gloria. That's just a blatant cherry picking right there.
That's a steal.
And a lot of people do that, but still, yeah.
But you usually put your own flair into it.
It sounded like she did Latin it up a little bit more than that. That's at least a little bit. No, I was starting to say that Bill Belichick has his quarterback, or at least a quarterback, one of the tops in the portal, Gio Lopez, commits to North Carolina under Belichick. He announced on social media yesterday the number 6 available transfer in the portal rankings, immediate front runner to take that starting quarterback job. He gets a 2-year, $4 million contract. That's now part of a signing day news and notes. $2 million, 2-year, $4 million.
That's what comes in.
No, literally, it's there. He signs with a 2-year, $4 million deal, 3 seasons remaining.
Unbelievable.
After a breakout redshirt freshman season last year at South Alabama. So
there was another huge announcement on social media yesterday that's kind of in y'all's wheelhouse, fellas.
Which was? We can give you $4 million.
Kadarius Toney.
Oh, a young, what's his, hold on.
I don't know what it is.
Kadarius has decided to leave the professional football, and he's become a rapper.
He's going to pursue his rap dream.
Again,
isn't he actually pretty good at that, or no?
He's not bad.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of the word on him.
As you know, I once witnessed a Kadarius Toney eavesdrop. Thank you. He eavesdropped on a Kadarius Toney Kodak Black conversation.
I feel like Kadarius Toney is like going to get shot one day. Not killed. I'm not saying that. I'm not predicting death. I feel like Kadarius Toney is going to be in the periphery news in a bad way at some point.
Oh man,
I don't know. He gives me that vibe. He's going to be in the wrong place, wrong time. Some South Florida club. Shots fired.
Oh man.
He said, "Quote: Goofies on the net hollering, I'm retiring. Just want clout. Ain't speaking on the bleeping no mo. Love the attention for my music, though. It's been a passion."
Translation, Dan. Can you know?
Yeah, I can get this one.
All right, let's go.
Why all you dudes out there saying I'm retiring? Y'all just want some props and stuff. I'm not retiring, but I'm not talking about it anymore. But thanks for talking about my music.
Round of applause.
It's like airplane.
Goofy's on the net.
We got to put it through the air. We got to put it through the airplane translation every now and then.
Yeah.
No, I saw the.
Lay them down and smack them, yak them.
He has a name.
Name?
Yeah, Young Joka.
Yeah. Oh,
Young YUNG. Young Joka, Joka. So that's his rap name, Young Joka. So if you ever hear of Young Joka, that's Kadarius Toney. I saw a little clip.
Tony has said in the past his passion more than football is rapping.
Okay.
Like I knew there was at least some sort of musical tie in there. Well, good luck. I hope you're a better rapper than you're a ball catcher. That hadn't gone so well.
He did help the Chiefs win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had a
big return.
He scored in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah. Maybe twice. I think he may have caught a little swing pass.
Yeah, he caught a swing pass.
But I will say this. Dude should still be in the NFL. I mean, that was a heck of a college football.
He's definitely an NFL talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that dude was one of the hardest.
He had a great last
He's
year.
one of those guys. Remember, was it Dante Hall? Who was the human joystick?
Yeah, Dante Hall.
That's who Kadarius Toney. He's like a reincarnation of that. He could. I mean, you couldn't tackle him in college. He bounced around.
Yeah, he had a.
It wasn't like he was fast. He was just untackleable.
That last year with he and Pitts and Trask. Oof.
Right.
They really got to go on that. I think Trask got like 41 touchdowns, didn't he? Florida beat the crud out of Georgia in the middle of their run, so that tells you.
Something happened yesterday.
3 birdies and 5 holes?
Yes, that did. Something happened yesterday that I don't know if it's good for us or not good. I don't know if it's... So
us? Who's us? Me and you? Gator Nation? Jacksonville?
I need to hear from Charlton K. Gainey.
Oh. I'm sure
I'm putting out the APB.
Happy to talk to you. He's your best friend.
I'm putting out the APB for Charlton K. Gainey. I don't know if what he did yesterday. I don't know, and I want to hear what the Googans think because it flummoxed me.
Okay.
I had no answers. I didn't know if I should cheer or yell. I was flummoxed. So I'll wait for him to call.
Should I cheer? Should I yell? That's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's a flummox.
All right, while we wait for Charlton K. Gainey, ET, can I get a pop quiz music, please?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
There is some talk that the first time that he put on any kind of head gear,
yes,
not as an official prediction,
yes,
but the story goes it was actually at a Florida LSU game that a Gator fan handed Lee Corso a mascot head, and he didn't use it as part of the show, but he put it on, and that was the inspiration for his idea to, at the end of the college football prediction segments, putting a
headgear,
the headgear. So he puts the headgear on. So a couple things in play here.
Okay.
You got to be a big game, right, to be the headgear game.
Yes.
And you got to be a good team for him to put the headgear on because he's picking you to win.
Yeah.
I have in front of me the top 5 headgear designations for Lee Corso during his career. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5, number 1, 45 times.
Put it on, or
number 5, 21 times. The most worn headgear for Lee Corso in his career.
I'll jump in real quick with 2. Ohio State and Alabama.
Ohio State 45.
Yeah.
Alabama 38.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting sidebar. It'll be, as you said earlier, Corso's going to do one more game on game day.
Right.
The 2 choices are going to be Alabama FSU and Ohio State Texas.
Right.
So do you go back to your home state? He's got ties to Alabama and FSU and do that game? Or do you go where you first don the headgear, Ohio State, or his Buckeye, and do that game?
That's a real conundrum.
I think ESPN will have to go to Ohio State, Texas. With all due respect.
Yeah, that's a bigger game. All right, we got 3 more now, the last 3. So Ohio State 45, Alabama 38. Who are number 3, 4, and 5 in the most worn headgear, the most game day headgear, winning predictions from Lee Corso.
All right.
So many to choose. He's been doing it so long. I mean, any football power through the years, the Oklahomas, USC's, all of them. If it makes you feel better, and it won't, I would not have gotten this. There's 2 that I would have put in that are already no-showed.
Yeah, Dan, I was going to throw one to you, but he said it, so I know it's not it. I was going to say, what about USC? But since he said it, it's definitely
It's not USC.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't play in a big enough game. They'd have 1 or 2 a year. They're just not like some of this.
It's not Michigan because they were gone. You got to think of a program that's had some staying power. Like from 95 is when he started. 96 is when he started it. So, again, Florida from 96 to 2010, they disappeared of late. But what's the lowest number?
21.
Jeff asked the question, so
you think it's a Gator?
I might slide in there at 21.
Florida may or may not be in, but it was definitely not the reason I asked the question. It was more just a Corso common interest. And I'm not saying that. Florida is 4th, 22. Let's don't.
Okay.
I don't want it. I don't need all that.
All right.
Florida with 22 is 4th.
Okay. All right. And
so
then
you're
let's
missing
go.
3 and 5.
Was he in North Bend much?
Who?
North Bend?
There's one.
South Bend.
There's one. Based on all your parameters, you got to move back to. It's an obvious one if you're thinking the right way, like you were. There's a program from 96 to now. They've dropped in a natty every decade, every 10 years. They've dropped in a natty. They literally mid 90s, mid 2000s, mid 20, late 2000s.
I don't think it's Texas.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's FSU, but
that wouldn't be a bad guess.
Yeah. FSU.
It's not FSU.
No, I don't know.
I would say Clemson too.
Yeah.
They've been awful, but it wasn't. No, LSU.
LSU.
They've been,
He put that Tiger on all the time.
And you're down there in Baton Rouge. They go there a lot.
Yeah.
And then 5th.
Yeah.
Not South Bend or North Bend, but maybe close to Bend, Oregon.
Oh.
Which they started getting good with Bilotti, I suppose.
All right. Here's our guy, Charlton K. Gainey's on the line.
All right.
He told me some news that flummoxed me yesterday. I didn't know if I should cheer. I didn't know if I should scream at him. I didn't know how to handle it. So I'll let him tell the story. Good morning, Charlton.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Now, you flummoxed me yesterday on the phone. I don't know. And so I need to hear from the Googans. Is this a good move? Is this good for me? Is this bad for me? I don't know how to handle this. So I'll let Jeff hear the story and then react.
Well, Jeff, I did something yesterday that I thought it was something I thought I'd never, ever do.
Okay. That sets up a lot of possibilities.
Right. Well, I've done a lot of things that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I'm aware of that too. We'll just keep that in Vegas.
This may be at the top of the list, but it kind of joins all 3 of us. It's almost like I married your sister or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
All right.
And it's
6.0. 6.0.
I thankfully, and I love you, I don't have a sister.
Well, that's the thing. I don't either.
Nance has always been partial to 10, Holmes will fight you, and you don't want that.
Wouldn't end well.
And I did it because I had to. I started looking at what the costs were, and it just made more sense to go down this path to hell.
Which is true. Is true.
I went down the path to hell to save money.
What did you do, Ted?
I am now one of your Gator football season ticket holders.
Nice.
I purchased 4.
Thanks for contributing to the GNP. Now we know where to get tickets when we need them, Hick. He's going to use them once every 2 years.
It's only this year only, I would think. But.
You got season tickets just for the Tennessee game.
He's got Texas and Tennessee in the swamp.
Tennessee, I got to have those. That's
now, what if whatever, just tell me. What if 4 season tickets to cost you to this season? Or do you not want to say?
The corner of the south end zone. I'm happy to say.
Okay. What if 4 for in the corner?
Total was $2,600.
So that's really very, very, very incredibly affordable. If you just try and scalp Tennessee and Texas alone,
that's why I did
2 tickets each.
He can tell you how much he had to pay last year to go to the Tennessee-Florida game, and it made sense to buy season tickets.
I don't know. You got 4 more right next to you, 10?
He can always turn around and sell. He can turn around and sell the other games.
Dan and I won't be going to the Swamp this year.
Well, you got Florida State down there.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving.
That's a good.
I think I could probably sell those 4.
Yeah.
And the other, you got Mississippi. I think Mississippi.
I'm surprised you can get 4 season tickets for $2,600 on a 1-year commitment. That surprises me.
Well, here's the part that shocked me. The per ticket donation was only $150 a piece. I looked at Tennessee season tickets a couple times. The cheapest one you can get, you have to give a $500 donation for each one of those tickets.
Wow.
So it was affordable. They asked me if I wanted to donate to a bunch of other things, too, before I completed my purchase, which I kindly declined to do. But I'm just happy. Now I could say, go Gators!
Yeah.
Go Gators! Go Gators!
Always wanted to.
Season ticket holder of the Florida Gators. Mr. Tennessee. Holy cow.
10, I know the baseball.
The world is upside down.
You guys get your baseball jollies, and 10 does have that. But, yeah, Tennessee ain't won football since 98. They haven't they've never even been to a Final Four in basketball, just watching Auburn and Florida and Bam and everybody else break the seal and go. They can't do it. It's really.
And who said that their Tennessee quarterbacks don't do well in the NFL?
Well, whose argument was that yesterday?
We were talking about it yesterday.
And then he's like, well, Peyton's pretty good. No, we're talking about Nico Leaving.
Oh, that's what it was.
Why
he didn't leave because of the money.
Right, yeah. It was because of their track record in the pros. By the way, Joe Milton, Hendon Hooker, both drafted and in the league right now. If Nico thinks he's going in and being the next Jaden Daniels, newsflash. We'll see. We'll talk quarterbacks with the Whisperer next.
Oh, yeah.
It's a GFL Friday on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Wonder what Frank Frangie would be doing if he wasn't on 1010XL?
Came to LA to be an actor, failed miserably. Got a job hosting a local TV game show, failed moderately. Then he started to represent professional athletes and almost succeeded.
Frank Frangie, weekday afternoons on 1010XL.
For over 5 decades, a true American band. This is America. Encore Tour 2025, an unforgettable evening with America. April 23rd, Florida Theater. On sale now at floridatheater.com. America, live in concert. Produced by Outback Presents.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, anytime. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, I'm going concierge. I go, what's concierge, Doc? He said, well, you're not feeling good, you come in and see me right away. I said, I like that. Sometimes, when you have a regular doctor, you got to wait a week or to get in, get to the appointment, right? You got a medical emergency, here's my phone number. Call me immediately, and I'll tell you what to do. Great. Kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. As far as doctors, Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. Yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups. Doc T's got you covered. So as he fills up his client list, and it's not going to be too high with the patients, you can get all your answers, including the pricing, at mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence can turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Mia O'Brien is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
All right, fellas, I got to brag a little. I'm down 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss and keeping it off.
That's cute, Matt. I'm down 110 pounds. That's like losing a Backstreet Boy.
Okay, so I'm the rookie here. I just started, but I'm already down 13 pounds, and let me tell you, it feels good to see the results already.
That's the thing, man. Awaken 180 works. No shots, no meds, no gimmicks, just real food, real support, and real results.
The support team is a game changer because we all know it's so easy to get distracted. But with Awaken 180, you get your own coach and a plan that works with your lifestyle.
And free support for life.
Plus, no gym workouts required, which is great because let's be honest, I wasn't running wind sprints either.
25, 40, even 110 pounds. If we all can do it, so can you. Call 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
That's 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Catch Gators baseball all season long on 1010XL. Pitched by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Riddled Wellness. NFL Draft is less than a week away. Former Jag and NFL reporter Bucky Brooks commented on new Jag General Manager James Gladstone, leaning on his previous experience with the LA Rams.
He appears to have a formula and a recipe, given the success that the Rams have had with, I would say, mid to late round pick, that works for them.
FSU alum Lee Corso is preparing to make his final appearance on ESPN's College Game Day after nearly 40 years on the show. Corso will grace the set one last time on Saturday, August 30th, during week 1 of the 2025 college football season. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp on the road won Game 3 of a 6-game series against the Memphis Redbirds on Thursday evening. Jumbo Shrimp continue the series this afternoon against Memphis with the first pitch scheduled for 4:05. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:10 and it's 63 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
Denny Thompson here.
What's up, fellas?
How are you, my man?
I'm good.
Good to see you in person.
Yeah, you too. How did it end up last week? E, how far did you make it?
Oh, I drove by 80%, man.
Did you?
Yeah, I took some milk down. But
it was horrible.
it was.
The whole thing was horrible.
The aftermath was horrible.
Like a day or two, or what?
No,
about half a day.
Half a day.
Once he cleared it was fine.
All right.
Took him a while to clear
Didn't
it.
mess up the weekend.
Nah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, it's taken up until, the eve of draft week for somebody to put their money where their mouth is and say, okay, I'll be that guy. You're going to rue not taking him if you didn't, in case you had that chance and didn't, which isn't going to happen because he's going to go number 1 overall. But Louis Riddick on Cam Ward yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't see it. Mm-mm.
Reminded him of Patrick Mahomes. He's that guy. I'm all in. Those are the kind of words that were thrown around after his scouting session for Ward and down there in Miami. So that's bad news for the Jags, by the way. As a Titans potential pick, I don't want him to be all those things. I want him to be the guy that you get such mixed messages. We've talked about that column where you look at the grade of the first-round picks going into the draft, and the grade on Ward and Sanders would be like 19 and 23 out of 24 first rounders the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That scares me. And then I get Riddick, who's, not just some, country bumpkin. He's telling me that he thinks he's that guy, and he doubled down in 2 or 3 different, outlets.
He's of all the draft guys, he's one of the better ones.
Okay.
I think I've run into him a couple times at pro days, and he does a ton of research. We've worked with Cam in the past. We're not working with him right now for the draft process, but he's a tough one to evaluate because it's almost like he's so smooth that you can't really tell how twitchy he is or how sudden he is or how powerful he is because the game just moves slow to him. Mahomes is
he was talking
about
that
out there.
Well, the arm angles and maybe throwing with your feet parallel the line. He's arm strength, I think is what he's talking about. I didn't know that Cam Ward had that elite arm strength.
He doesn't have it like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what he made. He said it this way. I've told you who he was talking to. It was like I told you before, like last year at LSU, watching Jaden Daniels, there's just a difference, you can hear and see with some quarterbacks out there, and Ward's the first one I've heard since that one. So,
no, I mean he's definitely upper third of the league in arm strength right away, but maybe upper third's even a little much.
Here's what he said.
Mahomes tough.
Here's what he said. He reminds me of Patrick. He reminds me of Mahomes with how he can be unconventional, throw the football from all different kinds of weird angles, and then just put a bunch of horsepower on it when he needs to. If someone was telling me, hey, that's maybe what you're getting, I'd be pretty darn excited. I'm not saying that I'm exactly right, but that's my bet. Cam Ward will have that kind of impact and play that style of football in Tennessee if they select him number 1 overall.
Yeah, I mean, the arm angle thing's fair. That's a very fair evaluation. It is crazy when you go back and look at his film this year, because I didn't watch a ton of Miami live.
Mm-hmm. I guess Riddick is also he was one of the few, and they've all come out of the woodworks now. You're all on Mahomes. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
We're doing this every day. Mahomes was not a talker.
Yeah.
But apparently for Riddick, he was. He was on Mahomes that draft.
Yeah, like I said, Riddick, I've met him the last couple years at pro days that we've done, and he asks all the questions. Like he's definitely informed, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Danny, we got in a conversation yesterday, me and Jeff, and you deal with dads, and in your opinion, how much influence do the dads have on the kids? Like, it's one of the things we were talking and discussing about was the Nico kid at Tennessee, and I'm ready to, he certainly deserves some of the responsibility here, but clearly his dad has a huge impact in his life, and his dad is running the show, and I think that's that way for a lot of kids whose fathers see their sons at the age of 10, 11, 12 with a gift of being able to throw, and a lot of them are willing to basically drop everything to try to build this empire because there's obviously millions of dollars at stake if you're really, really good. So we don't have to get into the whole, is a 20-year-old a grown-up or not a grown-up thing. Just but as far as influence, I've been around you enough. I've seen the dads. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple things in there. One is dads in general. 99% just want one thing, and that's the best thing for their kids. And especially at a young age, I think all of us dads we're just trying to do for our kids.
But sometimes the best isn't necessarily. Sometimes they don't.
What your version of the best and what actually is the best is two different things.
And they don't want to hear
but the
that.
Intent
is good.
Originally is right.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then you get into, and I don't know Nico's dad. I know he does a lot around football. He coaches 7-on-7 teams. So it's not like he's just, off to the side. He knows the deal. But these days you get to a certain point where this is just a weird business, and it moves a weird way, and it's unconventional, and most people have never done anything like this until you've done it. Right? Like it, and it's just it is a hard business to navigate. So I don't know, man, unless you're able to separate the fact that that's your son from the business side of things, you probably don't need to get involved because, like it or not, there's football and there's business now in college, and you cannot merge those two things. And,
enjoy it while it lasts. To all you college kids, cash those checks. This is not going to last.
Well, what do you? But that's the thing. That's what this is. This is a market correction. This happens in every line of business.
You left out overcorrection.
No. There's not an overcorrection because he didn't get it. He didn't get the money, Nico.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is somebody got comfortable, asked for a ton of money. Tennessee said no. The rest of the country, all of us that are in this, are paying attention because it's now like, oh, okay. Well, this is the first time that this has happened. Syracuse follows that, says no.
That's why I say it. Enjoy it while it lasts. There's not going to be any more $2.5 million. That's going to end. Not in short order. It's not going to last. Fans aren't having it, Denny. They are turning them off left and right.
You know what fans aren't going to have?
Yeah.
Losing records.
That's fine. If you think paying a guy $5 million is going to make you a winning team, good luck.
No. They're going to be more angry at going 7-5 than paying $2.5 million.
Here's why I say it. The reason I say it is professional football players who are the only football players in the world who have earned their standing don't get the freedom of movement that these college kids are getting. They have 2 free agencies a year. They can come in.
So fix
That's
it, college.
what I'm saying.
Make them employees, but they're not going to. They understand.
No, they're going to fix it by not paying guys $3 and $4 million a year. I think that's what I think.
Yeah, well, there's very few people making $3 or $4 million.
So
very few.
But the suggestion then, back to the football side of it, that it's not the money. It's Josh Heupel's offense.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah. That's absurd, right?
Yeah. Now
let's
just call it. I know nothing about this situation, but let's call it what it is.
Right.
You got caught.
Greedy.
Right. You didn't think it was going to get out.
Right.
And you got caught.
Right. And that's why he's mad. He's mad because it got out.
Right. And you hurt your son.
But because again, I've seen the video. I watched some games. He was okay last year. He wasn't great.
Yeah, he was a first-year starter.
And in an offense where I get a play and I run more plays than you run, I like that if I was a quarterback. And I get to throw the vertical a lot and they're wide open and you can't hit them. by the way.
What's so
I dig that, too. I dig that as a quarterback. I could show off my arm. I could throw it 60 yards down the field, which, again, is not the hardest throw in the world for quarterbacks.
Right.
And he would miss them and miss them and miss them. I'd see guys running wide open all year. So that part annoyed me a little bit as much as everything else. You can go ask for all the money you want. I don't care. Like you said, ultimately business, you'll make your decision. Tennessee made their decision. He made his decision. But then to turn it around and say, well, no. What you need to understand is it's the offense.
How different would it have been if he would have played better? Like he threw 19 touchdowns. What if he would have threw 30
He probably would have got the money.
Well, but my question is, so if they would have paid him $4 million, was the offense going to change?
No.
That's a lie. That's all a lie.
I know. Yeah.
Listen, here's what's so distasteful about it all is that a guy who got paid 2.5 and failed wants more money. That just makes me sick to my stomach. And number two is the disingenuousness. Tennessee is a top 15 program in college football. You have the privilege of being the starting quarterback. It used to be that opportunity led to career goals in NFL and getting better. And just throw them cash or give me more or I'm leaving. We're all screwed, man. We're all screwed. It's going to take a very, it's hard to find professional athletes that have the combination of maturity and leadership to handle that. And now we want our college kids to do it.
But do you not think that the quality of football is at basically an all-time high right now?
In where? Where at?
In college.
Quality?
Quality. Absolutely.
It's the same to me.
Yeah.
What's the parameter of quality?
You don't have people anymore just getting out after 3 years. You have people sitting around again. But same with basketball. It's the exact same thing. People are sticking around. We're getting extra years. The quality of football is good. Yes, there's a couple things about this. One, the COVID year is finally cycling out.
Okay.
And that was a very bad decision by the NCAA when they decided to give that free year. The second thing, the legalization of gambling is where when gambling started getting bigger is when all this money started flowing, right? And that's listen, it is what it is. And Jeff, I completely understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, like these are very valuable. Like Nico, Tennessee got their money worth. Like, Tennessee didn't lose money on Nico. The recruitment of Nico and the extra people that brought in, Tennessee made money off
I guess that's a fair thing. We are transitioning, and this is also dangerous to sports. Sports have just changed from what I grew up loving about them. And one thing is winning does not matter. Making your money back does.
At my core, I'm more on your side than I would want to admit, but it is. It's just like
winning a national title is no longer the ultimate goal. It's, well, at least make our money back on the money we spent on our roster. Let's at least be a playoff team.
Well,
Nico,
that's true.
Nico, I'm leaving. Can't go lead a team to a whoever pays him. Better not be paying him to win a title. He can't win a title.
Well, is the UCLA thing done? Is that where he's going?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's going to get blackballed all the way out, which would be great. And then you make no money, right? You can't get the 2.5.
Well, they were saying
he gave that back, right? Again, you're not allowed to keep it.
I hate speculation. I almost wish it would become public knowledge what they're getting paid, but I saw 1.5. For him, so he'll take a pay cut. Wherever he goes, he's taking a pay cut. The market is not there
with those taxes.
Yeah, that was a bad move. It was a bad decision, and you could tell it was brewing as the stories come out since back in December because there was talks of I'm not playing at the playoff game. I should get more money. Aren't we signing agreements now, Denny? And you may know. I think you know that. Aren't we signing agreements that if you sign? You're playing all the games, including the bowl game, even if it's not a playoff game?
No, I mean, these agreements are as bad as everything else right now. They're terrible. Yeah, it's like written by just a random person.
I don't understand why they aren't already W-2'd employees. What's the holdup?
How
hard is it?
That's not on the players. I think that's more of a decision.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting none of this is on the players.
No. I know
players asking for $4 million. It's not their fault. These idiots in suits have created this.
But I will say this, and I am not taking up for Nico when I say this, but to piggyback on the contract question, more times than you hear, and maybe we should hear more of these, there's an agreement that the school defaults on. There's an agreement that the school says, hey, we're going to pay you this, and they don't.
Right.
Well, we learned that at UNLV last year with that kid saying
that happens all over. So the whole system needs a significant halt.
I think it's fair, and this is where the annoyance comes. It's fair in college alone, and then prove it, earn it, and go to the pro. They all should get the same. I don't give a damn if you're the third-string guard or the quarterback, and the quarterback can go make his and endorsements. Problem solved.
Well, I mean,
I think this new settlement thing, that's the goal. It's never going to happen.
Right.
But that's the goal of it.
Yeah.
Is that you do that and you get NIL back to true NIL, not a pay for play type of situation.
NIL and rev sharing are different, right? Or no? Or is it still cloudy?
Well, technically, I guess, and if I may be wrong on this, but technically, I think what the thought is when these schools are paying or not.
Schools can start paying in this
but
summer.
they're buying your NIL. So essentially, what they're doing is they're saying, Dan, you're worth X amount of money. We're just going to pay you for it, and then we're going to recoup. That
so
don't
what
happen
stops quarterback from going out and getting other deals?
Depends on the contract he signs.
Okay. Okay. So the school's saying, hey, what we want, and if you sign this contract, you can't go do that.
Right. There's some of these contracts that get thrown in front. That's
now, why wouldn't kids say, well, I want to do that?
They have no idea what's in that contract. Most of them just go and they see a number and they say, oh, I get paid on the 15th. Bam, I'm going to sign there. And they don't read the contract.
Do most of the high school kids now have advisors? No.
There's very few people in all of this that have advisors. Very few.
Do college athletes go to class? Serious question.
The majority of them, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a large-ish, small-ish minority that literally sign, get money, go play football, and never go to a.
Well, I don't think early. I mean, you got a lot of guys who graduate in 3 years and they're sticking around another 3.
And they're getting paid and they don't care about it.
Right. They go take one class, 2 classes, whatever it is. But I think early on, all the core of that stuff hasn't changed. Maybe the answer is that you have to have an advisor because that's the thing that kind of, I think, keeps this thing together. Do I ask for some ridiculous things? Yes, with certain guys. But I also understand what good business practice is, right? And I understand, like, okay, we agreed to this, and yes, y'all are getting a hell of a deal because the market has shifted, but that's what we agreed to.
I laughed at Chris Jenkins wanting to go back and retroactively say he should have been paid, but man, I'm not sure I don't get all the great college football players to come along and maybe cherry pick these Johnny-come-latelys making $3 million, haven't earned a thing for the brand or the sport or anything else.
But it wasn't generating the cash then. It was generating cash, but not like it is now.
Yeah.
I don't understand the
I don't understand how it generates cash. The whole thing is just shocking to me. It doesn't get enough numbers. Doesn't compared to other sports.
What generates?
How do college players make more than pros?
They don't.
They don't.
There are some that do.
The NFL salary cap is $180 million. These guys are spending 20.
It's more than that, but
whatever
few.
it is.
Very few.
There aren't.
Or some
10 quarterbacks in the league at least that are on 1 year, $3 million deals. That's what y'all are telling me.
No. I mean, but
there's a lot of quarterbacks making less than $4 million a year. Am I wrong?
About 10 guys.
No, I bet you there's more than 10. Is my point. Aren't they on every team?
Not more than 10 guys.
Does every backup quarterback in the league on a 1 year, $3-4 million deal?
Yeah. I mean, probably
that's 30 of them that they make more than
$2.5 million.
Who's they? 5 guys?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, but not many.
Well, that's too many.
Well, I mean, but if you want
the Tennessee quarterback made $2.5 million. If I can find one National Football League player that made less than that, this whole thing is a joke. That's my point.
And
football's football. I don't know. It boggles my mind.
But one is a face of a program, and the other is a backup. And I get that they're professional.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but
one's part of a league that produces 30 million viewers and billions of dollars, and the other gets a little 2.4, for UCLA to play Nebraska. It's just, I don't understand how college football makes the money it does.
Well, I mean,
to be honest, I don't understand how TV pays as much as they do for the eyeballs that they get.
What was the SEC team's distribution?
No, it's incredible.
Incredible.
Stupid.
I mean, it's.
They're in stadium.
They're
boosters, TV, tickets,
I get it. But let's go back to if you say TV, you look at me and you say TV. We've worked in TV.
Yeah.
TV dollars are paid by the amount of people that watch them.
Yeah.
Higher rated television shows.
Yeah.
That's why the Super Bowl costs $1 zillion.
You got to understand to put on 3 hours of product for a relatively inexpensive amount of money, which it is to broadcast a game and give you somebody live programming and to make them, so that factors in as well. So it definitely is.
Well, the other thing too is nobody had to buy these teams. What does Shad had to pay for the Jags?
Right
at the time, nobody's paying for these stadiums. Like these stadiums were paid largely
Also,
state
good
funds or
point.
donors or things like that. Like,
Wait
they
till we start
have
bringing in the Wall
naming
Street
rights
guys
and the naming rights. So Wall Street guys are already on it.
Yeah.
Like this is already happening.
Yeah.
You're going to see football programs
right
get large sum investments by
Right.
venture capitalist firms. You're
Correct.
going to see it happen very soon.
Right.
And the reason why is because of the amount of cash it's spinning off. What I don't get is these programs that report the losses. Like how? And are we? I mean, is the coaching staff? They're probably making $20 million now as well.
Right.
So
I don't, Nico, I'm believing made more than Brock Purdy. I mean, I don't know what else to say to summarize this.
But it's
clownery. It's clownery.
But you're picking out like 2 or 3 different examples.
I'm picking out a guy who's been to a Super Bowl, and the fact that anybody in college football makes more than him is stupid.
Okay, but hold on. So what's the wrong in that? Is the wrong the college?
The
guy
wrong
making
is that
it, or
college football players are being way overpaid.
So the wrong isn't at all that Brock got locked into a 3-year contract and way overperformed that contract and got nothing.
Well, he's going to get paid, so no, that's not wrong. He's in a profession just like everybody. What you're doing when you do that is you're doing what every millennial accounting.
No, I'm not. I'm not. He performed at the highest level.
Hold on. If you come out of college and you take a job in the real world where you put a suit and tie on, you don't make your large salary in the first 3 years.
If you go and make the biggest sale in the history of the company, you do.
Well,
you absolutely do.
The biggest sales in the history of the company have been made by Joe Montana and Steve Young and a lot of people with a lot more photos on the wall than Purdy. Purdy's been great. He's overextended, but he will get his money. That was the opportunity provided.
Well, we say that, but we hope he's healthy. We hope there's all. My only point is like this thing does work both ways, and it's broken, yes, but it's the the very very slim. I mean, the minority of people are taking all of the attention.
To answer your question, though, is the bigger problem the Brock Purdy being stuck in that, or it's the other to me?
You're probably right. I didn't mean that literally, but yeah, you're probably right on that. I don't know, man. It's a weird freaking business, and
it's Alexa. There's just so many. It's just I'm surprised that the NCAA hasn't just distanced themselves from the whole thing because it's killing smaller schools programs.
Well, they have. They can't do anything.
It's just crazy, and it's all sports, and it is what it is. Look, I'm a fan of a basketball team that go pay him $3 million. Yes, sir. I want God in back. I get it. But golly, man, when it comes to a guy, I mean, whenever a guy like Nico does what he does, it just puts the real, true, ugly face on it to the point that it makes me want to just turn or walk away and hockey sticks with it all.
Yes, and when I heard all this going down, I had a very uncomfortable feeling myself because I'm like, oh, well, thanks, Nico. Like this thing you just popped the bubble. Like that's literally what just happened is the bubble was just popped and this poor cat at Syracuse went in and asked for money at the wrong time. And so, yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of layers to this. I don't know who, I'm assuming this is true.
I'm just going to answer a question. And then 10 SEC quarterbacks made more than Brock Purdy last year. To answer your question.
The average quarterback starting quarterback in the SEC is 1-2, 1-4, something like that.
Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft.
Right.
That's the structure.
I know.
Yeah. Right.
But
Right. I don't remember what I was saying now, but
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's all good. The whole thing. Oh, the Nico thing. Yeah. Just to put a summary on that is, I don't know what the end goal for them was, but you can't go in and start acting. To your point, Jeff, you can't hold out of it. That's where this thing went south. I don't think it was the ask, because if you ask and they say no, then whatever, right?
Right.
But the minute you start affecting a whole program at an amateur level, that's where.
Does the accountability of honoring the agreement that you signed when they reached out to you not matter, though? Do you have the right 2 years into demand more? That's why you signed it to be maybe I'd have gone a different direction if I knew my guy was going to ask me for more. I gave him a rich deal.
No, 100%. No, I would have not asked.
Here's the solution.
Situation.
Here's the solution that I will steal from the text line, and we can start here and then we'll go. How about the NFL league minimum should never be lower than the college ceiling?
They're two different things. They don't even go together.
They're not two things.
They don't even go together. They're not in the same funnel. Nothing about them is the same.
Then it'll be the only industry where the lesser gets paid more than the more more accomplished.
It will never happen. You will never see a
Well, it's
college.
happening.
It's not, Jeff. Nobody's making $50 million
but
a
we
year.
just said 10 SEC quarterbacks made more than Brock Purdy.
Okay, we picked
That's like
one
taking
guy.
your garage band and going and saying, "Sorry, Eagles, off the stage. We're playing tonight."
It's like saying, well, Ford should price all their cars like this because somebody else priced. It is what it is. It's market.
Except that it's sports.
It's supply and demand. That's what it is.
I guess. I don't think it is. That's what it surprises me.
We got to go. We're way over.
Yeah. Okay. My
Good
bad.
stuff, Danny.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Lost all patience with
More
this
coming up
nonsense.
next.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Something is coming.
It's 1010XL.
We actually found it!
Yes. That's all that matters to me.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. So visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden 9 Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden 9 Associates. They're keeping the First Coast focused.
Get ready for the best prices ever on all diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets at Beard's Diamonds. For 7 days, April 21st through 27th, you will get up to 40% off. Yes, 40%. Locally owned Beard's Diamonds always beats the big corporate store prices. But next week, they're taking value to a whole new level. All diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets are on sale. Big time. Best prices ever. You save up to 40%. Don't miss this first time ever buying opportunity. Next week only, and only at Beard's Diamonds, St. John's Town Center. Shop local, shop Beard's.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Best Bet is number one. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Put the ball in the net with 60 minutes of soccer talk. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburg, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Tax season is here, and your refund can go further at Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Put the extra cash to work by investing in your vehicle, whether it's overdue maintenance, brake repairs, or new tires. Their skilled technicians will help you get the most out of every dollar. With 5 Jacksonville locations, fair prices, and trusted service, Big Chief Tire has everything you need to hit the road with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Are you ready for some exciting football action? Your Jacksonville Sharks take on the Massachusetts Pirates Saturday, April 19th. Get family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Don't miss the unforgettable Frisbee Dogs and keep an eye out for the Easter Bunny. A fun night for the kids. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. The Jacksonville Sharks are 3-0 and ready to make it 4-0 this weekend as your Jacksonville Sharks take on the Massachusetts Pirates this Saturday. Get our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Don't miss the unforgettable Frisbee Dogs and keep an eye out for the Easter Bunny. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. And go Sharks! Go Sharks!
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
E to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
As the Jaguars prepare for the draft, what college do you think has had the most players drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars? It's easy. It's right down the road. It's the Florida Gators. 13 Gator draft picks, 6 taken in the first round. Some good, some not so good. Some good like Fred Taylor, some not so good like, fill in the blanks. After Florida, the school with the most drafted Jags, Southern Cal. First-round pick, Tony Baselli. First-round pick, R.J. Soward. And that's your Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power always looking to draft great people. On the lookout for experienced lift, truck, and dock and door technicians. Benefits are unbelievable at Lift Power. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. You can go see why Lift Power is voted year in and year out one of the best places to work. It's been around for 50-plus years. They're family-owned and operated. They do a great job, and they want you to be part of the family. If you'd like an opportunity, just go to liftpower.com. Check them out, liftpower.com.
All right, full disclosure. One of the 2 members of this podcast was a walk-on football player at Florida, but he has gone on to certainly earn his space in college football reporting. So Andy Staples, formerly of SI.com, I think he's with On3 now. Another college football writer named Ari Wasserman. They do a podcast, Andy and Ari. And not Andy, the former Gator, but Ari said this. I think that Florida today is a national title contender. If you put a list of teams together that could conceivably win the national title, it's an extensive list now, and Florida's unequivocally on it. It juices you a little more if you don't say it's a quite extensive list. Staples chimed in, if Florida's a playoff team, Florida's a national title contender. If you can make the playoffs against that schedule, then you can win the games you have to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is why the angst over DJ Lagway is so great, not just in Florida perspective, but there's a trickle-down carryover to college football as a whole. None of those statements are true if, DJ Lagway's not playing. Agreed? Despite the spring performances, and that's great.
Correct.
If DJ Lagway's not the quarterback, Florida is
not a
not a national title contender at all.
Got to have a
I
quarterback.
wouldn't think. The Colorado players, and this makes sense, are weighing in
about
Deion's unbelievably arrogant, narcissistic decision to put, his boy and his friends' numbers into the retired category, while guys like, I don't know, Chad Brown, a Buffalo's Hall of Famer who won a national title, is forced to do this. Again, you're disrupting the family here a little bit, Deion. I don't think they thought this out.
Right.
Chad Brown said, if the players from the national champ team have not received such an honor by default, this action dismisses, diminishes, and for a new generation of CU fans, erases their greatness. I'd never minimize the impact of 2 or 12. They're amazing players, but this timing is poor. They're dead right. Yeah. They're dead right. And even Hunter shouldn't go in above some of the others if they haven't yet. Now, Rashaan Salam, a former Heisman winner, is in already, but there is a thought, and the same as we said, these guys skipped line to have the jersey retired. Colorado's had a lot of great players, and we mentioned Cordell Stewart. If Cordell Stewart's number's not retired, why would Shedeur Sanders? Hunter, you understand, he's a Heisman winner, but even then might be a little too close.
No, Rashaan Salam was a Heisman winner.
His number is retired. Okay. Yeah. The decision to retire numbers is based on the discretion of the Colorado Athletic Administration and the current head coach.
What I didn't understand is Deion saying, let's be honest here, I'm only talking about this for a minute, but if his name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Yeah, because his number wouldn't be getting retired if his name wasn't Sanders.
He wouldn't be the quarterback.
If his name was Smith, he wouldn't have got his number retired, would he?
Right.
I mean, he didn't. Again, 13 and 12, they brought him back nicely, man. They laid a foundation, man. That's great. They got a long way to go, bro.
Yeah, but this is overstated by the AD, and this is, again, where you just make things worse. I want to be honest. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, both great buffs, exceptional talents. They've been tremendous representatives of our program, okay, and our university, all right, and led our team back to national prominence. Oh, did they?
Well, I would say Deion led them back.
That's right.
They did get national prominence, so that is.
But it had nothing to do with
the one
Shedeur.
loss.
It's not Shedeur.
No.
It's Deion and then Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yes.
Shedeur's the one here that has got This is the daddy ball here. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And you do lose.
It's a little bit embarrassing, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very embarrassing. And Chad Brown makes a valid point. He said it very
nicely.
Yeah, very maturely. Respectfully. Hey, man, y'all got to get in line here.
I'm happy that you're doing a great job at Colorado. Hope you're there for a long time.
And again, Travis Hunter earned it at some point. He's in. Shedeur Sanders, by no measure, should ever have his number retired by Colorado. He did not have the kind of impact that a retired number has.
Right.
If you're going to get your number retired in 2 years, you better do what Walter Clayton Jr. did in Gainesville. All-American, national title. I mean, or like Travis Hunter, a Heisman.
Was there ever any talk of retiring Kyle Trask's number at Florida? No. He wouldn't retire his
But he
number.
was there for 4 years at least, even if they did. But no, of course not. He was, this is why this story, it's just too easy. I don't think there's anybody who honestly believes Shedeur Sanders' number should be retired by Colorado based on his play.
Yeah.
And he's not the name or the personality that turned things around and got him attention. That is 100% his dad.
Sure.
So Shedeur is he's collecting taxes from people that don't live in his district.
Be interesting to see. Really interesting to see when the draft finally gets here, that first round, where he gets drafted.
I think he's going to go. No, I'm with Kuiper.
I think
lower than 9.
I don't know. I think most people now are almost lock, stock, and barrel that he ain't going top 3. Like he ain't going.
No,
second.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah,
he's not going to Cleveland or to the Giants, who both need quarterbacks. And then would the Saints draft him? And if they don't draft him, then where? Pittsburgh at 21?
They're right. And then that leads you to the old Aaron Rodgers, who's, way below him to let teams know what he's thinking.
Is he going to the draft, Shedeur?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
He's not on the list? I don't remember, but.
This is a good point right here, and it's especially, I think, accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Gators, along with Miami and FSU, should always be national title contenders. And here are very, very accurate, because I think all 3 teams are relatively, especially if you looked at FSU 2 years ago, are pretty good right now talent-wise. But, as he says, unfortunately, the coaches are mediocre at best. Might be in all 3 places. The talent in Coral Gables, Tallahassee, and Gainesville, the three, is it all that different than it was in the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
The difference is, there's no Erickson, Spurrier, and Bowden or, whoever the Miami coach was that week.
Is ChatGPT good?
ET uses it. It's an AI Google.
Love it.
It's AI Google, basically.
I saw this chart, and this pains me a little bit.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't retire Shiloh's number at the same time. Well played.
Fair.
Shiloh. What about Shiloh? A ChatGPT predicts the next 50 Super Bowl champions. They do have the Jags winning 2 in the next 50. The second one, though, in 2071. What are our chances, Jeffrey?
They have us winning 2?
Yeah.
When's our first one?
Will we be celebrating in 2071,
What
Jeff?
is today? What is the year 20? No, God, no. Deader than a doornail. Propped up in the corner full of sand.
Well, ET around in 2071.
70 years from now, dude, I'd be 130.
Oh, come on. 34, 44, 50, 35, 45, 55, 65. That's 46 years.
46 years. I'm 58. I'd be 104. God, I hope not. I'll just say that.
E, what about you?
Oh, I'm turned up.
Wait, how old are you?
No, he'd be 96.
I'm
He's not
38.
lasting
Yeah,
till then.
Don't put that on me.
Actually, he's 20 years younger than us. So he would only be 84. He could be here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, 2041.
Oh, yeah, well, for sure. 17,
Yeah.
Although we're mid-70s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
2041. That's our first one.
Oh, yeah, but this is stupid because this is just like, there's no way you can project what teams are going to do or who they'll have. This is
So don't worry
dumb.
about it?
No.
All right.
Yeah, Chad, this is where ChatGPT should have said, hey, man, I'm intelligent. I can't forecast this.
Right?
Right? You can't pick who's winning the Super Bowl in 50 years.
They do have in
asinine.
They do have in 2072 the San Antonio Spurs winning it.
Well, that's going to be hard.
I guess that's a
it's soon
expansion
to come.
franchise.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's see how smart they are. Give me the next 5.
Bengals
This year?
26.
Believable.
Eagles.
Believable.
Chiefs.
Believable.
Ravens. Bills.
I mean, they're giving us the 5.
Lions.
This is basically ChatGPT's. Who are the best teams in the league? And then he gives them.
Guess what they do.
I mean,
I don't know.
sometimes maybe
That's why I asked you.
No, maybe we make it too complicated. It's that simple.
I asked you about ChatGPT.
Googans, you should know that 295 northbound before Bay Meadows is blocked right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that is coming from St. Johns County north toward the airport. That would be northbound. And so be aware of that if you're going out. Maybe stay out of the
One other note, and we'll head to break with this. I saw this from our friend Taylor Dahl.
Oh.
He's a noted Chicago sports fan. I didn't know this. So, like we always talk about cities that, can't win championships or haven't won championships. 10 years since the Blackhawks advanced in the playoffs, 10 years since the Bulls advanced, 14 years since the Bears, 8 years since the Cubs, 20 years since the White Sox.
I haven't had a team advance in 8 years to the playoffs.
8, 10, 10, 14, and 20.
Wow.
That's not good.
No. And it's better than probably I could say for any of my teams.
That's a tough one.
That's not true. I won a World Series.
This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. It's hard to explain, but play-by-play just sounds better on the radio.
What a turn of events!
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, why you bring that up? That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Maddie. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida. Be a big.
If Liam Cohen is looking to replicate what he had in Tampa Bay with a pair of talented receivers, the 6'4" Ted McMillan would be amazing to pair with Brian Thomas Jr. McMillan is a possession receiver with the size and ball skills to create big wins deep. He also has a knack for adjusting his routes and working back on throws, which would certainly make Trevor Lawrence's job a whole lot easier.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Direct from Broadway, MJ, the Tony Award-winning musical, is starting something all across America. Get tickets now to what the Washington Post calls a runaway hit. MJ the Musical, playing Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts April 22nd through 27th. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
We're back on a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs. Just wondering where the big play-in watch party is tonight. Where will 1010XL remote be as the Hawks battle the Heat for that last and pitiful 8 spot in the playoffs? Do we have a big, you going to be hosting that somewhere tonight, ET? The big NBA playoff play-in watch party?
Not your boy.
Oh, that's too bad.
Is this a one game only?
Yeah, this is where we're down to. The season is on the line. I'm excited. I can't tell you, but I'm so excited. I'm not positive what time the game is. It's a playoff time, though, in all sports, and that includes here locally, where our Jacksonville Iceman made coaching change mid-season, but now that the postseason is here.
John Tickle joins us on the program. Get Coach on here. Big series coming up. Coach, how we doing? Sean
I'm great.
Tinkle.
How are you guys?
I'm doing good. We're doing good. Listen, an old foe we start the playoffs with, don't we?
Yeah, that's for sure. It's something that obviously has been talked about a lot. I think as a group, we're trying to turn the page and just pay attention to where we are right now and just be in the present and not necessarily think of the past. So we've kind of turned the page on that and just being where our feet are, and we're just going to take this task and put our best foot forward, and we're going to avenge on to win this Kelly Cup.
From a franchise standpoint, there's certainly a history there, but from roster turnover, because of the level of hockey you play, is that personal rivalry there? Is there enough carryover year to year to year among these two squads that you feel it at least a little bit?
Yeah, I think for sure. We got our captain, Chris Brown's been here for 5 years. Garrett Van Wy's been here for 3 years. Ivan Chugroff. Matt Vernon was here last year. You got tons of guys that are returning. Olivier Nadeau, Chris Grando. You can go down the list. I think tons of those guys have been here. Derek Lodemeyer obviously came out of retirement this year, and he's real excited to play them. So, I think there's a lot of that carryover, and we're going to use that a little bit of chip on our shoulder to our advantage, and we're just excited to get this task under hand.
We should say, for those who don't know, obviously we do, but it's the Florida Everblades who have been a thorn in the Iceman side. They've knocked them out of the postseason the last 3 years. They've won the Kelly Cup. They're a great team. They're a great franchise. So it's a great challenge, but it starts tonight. I mean, just so tell us about the boys. Tell us how they're feeling. We're on the road today and tomorrow, but we're back all next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Sunday may not be necessary once we sweep them, but we'll deal with that. But where are you as a team right now? Are you well rested? Are you ready to go? Are you chomping at the bit? Is everything kind of in place to get after these guys?
I would honestly tell you all of the above.
Good.
I think these guys are chomping at the bit. We're excited as a group. We've done a lot of preparation over the last little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of knew this would be the matchup, a little bit of what we're going to get. So,
right.
I've been preparing for this for probably 2 weeks now. And we're excited. We're ready to take the task on, and we're ready to do it. So I would just say we're all of the above right now.
Yeah, yeah. What is 7-game series? Anything can happen. 2-3-2. Mindset going in, you just take each game as it comes, and it's can you steal one down there, get the home ice advantage back? I mean, how do you attack it, Coach?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in just attacking it game by game. I think, like I talked about before, I don't look at the past, I don't necessarily look at the future, and I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Like you said, it's a 7-game series. Both, I think, are unbelievable teams, and both have a chance to go deep and take a major run at the Kelly Cup. I think the best 3 teams in the league are all in the South. I think it's between us, Florida, and SoCo. I think those are the 3 best teams in the league, in my opinion, from what I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
It's a series can go any way, but we just take it day by day, game by game. I think it's the biggest thing by playoffs. I know it's cliche, but you just can't look forward.
Right.
You just got to have
that's
that
fair.
belief.
I mean,
have that faith, that things are going to go your way, and regardless, it's something that I've expressed to the boys a lot over the last little bit. Regardless of what the outcomes are, we still have to believe, no matter what the score is, no matter what it is, because you never know what can happen.
That's true. That's true.
When it comes to the playing style, do you share a style with Florida? Is it going to be a contrasting of styles? What are some of those kind of elements that'll come into the success of the series?
Yeah, I think we're similar teams. I think for us, our forward depth is a big advantage for us. So I think, I'm going to look to use that to our advantage. But I think we're similar teams. We kind of play a similar way, but, not to give away too much. I think there are some holes that we can exploit on their team. And we've kind of looked to advance our weaknesses, I think, as a team over the last little bit. There's kind of changing up some structure stuff and a little bit of mindset stuff, but I think we're ready for the task at hand, and I think this will be a great fucking series.
All right, so for those who don't know, again, Game 3 Wednesday, Game 4 Thursday, Game 5 Sunday here in Jacksonville at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Coach, good luck. It's all right there for you. Go get them, and we'll be pulling for you and paying attention starting tonight.
Thank you so much, guys. I can't wait to see the great fans, too, back at the ViStar. We can't wait. We're so excited.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Sean Tinkle, head coach of the Iceman. Games 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if that one slipped by or not. Did that get by the goalie?
Oh, it dang on show did it.
It just came out.
I'm out here, though. I'm out here.
We blocked that one, Coach. We love you. Go get him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, my man.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I love it, man. That's it. That's where we roll. That's locker room. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back with more.
Oh, that was good.
It's a 9 o'clock national.
I hope y'all didn't get that.
My guy
was
just
good.
said he's ready. He's in game day. He's game day.
Really
Let's go
ready.
get this bleeping thing done, baby.
Yeah, this bleeping series.
You're listening to The Drill.
Jaguar football starts here.
Take care of the ball. Both hands on the rock.
We are live at the stadium with breaking Jaguars news. 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik has the largest selection of GMC's impressive SUV lineup and the all-new redesigned GMC Acadia and the highly sought-after Yukon and Yukon XL. Save big with the all-new GMC Hummer EV SUV and truck, plus the all-new GMC Sierra EV. Ask how to get an instant $7,500 tax credit on EV models and financing as low as 0%. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
For over 5 decades, a true American band. This is America. Encore Tour 2025, an unforgettable evening with America. April 23rd, Florida Theater. On sale now at floridatheater.com. America, live in concert. Produced by Outback Presents.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here. Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res, man. Zero Res does a terrific job. I speak from personal experience. Had the cleaning freaks out numerous times at the Hicken household. Why? Because it makes the house look, smell, feel better. Period. End of story. And spring is a great time for renewal, right? Removes winter buildup, lingering odors, gives our homes fresh, spring-ready feel, preparing our home for the brighter days ahead. Listen, this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner. 25% off all cleaning services. I said it, 25% off carpets, air ducts, upholstery, rugs, hard surfaces. Listen, all you got to do, call Zero Res, 287-5727, 287-5727, or go to ZeroResJacksonville.com. Say you want the Hicken special, the 1010 special, whatever special you want. Zero Res, man. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Get to know positions and players. The 1010XL Ultimate Draft Guide is brought to you by Blue Haven Pools, the #1 pool builder in Jacksonville. Follow rankings and roundtables as the draft takes shape. Go to 1010XL.com/2025 draft guide to get yours.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
A lot of companies
companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. Went smooth as silk. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast YMCA. The Florida Gator baseball team is approaching their 6th SEC series of the season with a 5-game winning streak. This weekend, they'll play against Mississippi State on the road. Listen to the series starting this evening on 1010XL AM and stream. The North Florida Osprey men's baseball team began their series against West Georgia at Cole Field on Thursday night, resulting in a 13-9 loss. The Ospreys achieved 17 hits during the game. North Florida aims to tie the series in the second game scheduled for this evening with the first pitch at 3 p.m. Our pro teams around the state in MLB play, Tampa Bay lost to the New York Yankees, and the Miami Marlins were defeated by the Arizona Diamondbacks. In the NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning lost to the New York Rangers. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:11 and it's 70 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
And, a little bit of mindset stuff, but I think we're ready for the task at hand, and I think this will be a great series.
All right, so for those who don't know, again, Game 3 Wednesday, Game 4 Thursday, Game 5 Sunday here in Jacksonville at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Coach, good luck. It's all right there. I'm starting to lose it right here because I just realized what happened. Starting tonight.
Hockey.
Oh, my God, that was funny.
I think that whether it's an intended or unintended outcome, we're probably headed somewhere in college sports that I don't know if we've completely acknowledged. And I think we've always looked at it from the standpoint of who's going to make the cut when we go to the super conference.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's going to make the cut? Who are they going to say, no, you can't come?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to do it a different way. I think they're pricing them out. The Cals and Stanfords and Vandy's. They can't. There's a headline, the unraveling of Cal, running back exodus, donor demands have program at Crossroads.
Yeah, the Ott kid went to Oklahoma.
That's Cal.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
So I just think inevitably, and by the way, doesn't mean these teams are going to stop playing sports. They may stop playing football, many of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be a lot more JUs in the world out there. They're playing basketball-based sports other than football, and and they'll still be televised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can watch the Ivy League. You can watch FCS football every week. It's on TV. I think eventually there's going to be some teams. There's going to be that third strata.
Our friend Eugene Fournette has given us a little draft primer on the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nice article. I thought I'd take a couple things, look at it, and he kind of broke it down in a lot of ways as we go through the history of the Jags and the draft, which is not good, obviously. But we have had some first-round home runs. Obviously, the very first pick ever, Tony Baselli talked about that, and Fred Taylor in 1998, two of the best picks in the history of the program. The problem is that was in 95 and 98. So Marcus Stroud was another great pick. He was 13th overall, Big John the following year. And so 01 and 02. And then Josh Hines-Allen is 2 sacks shy of the Tony Bracken's his 7th pick in 2019.
He's been totally worth the 7th pick.
Yeah, so just some of the good picks. First-round disappointments. Now that's where we really can spend some time.
Who is the number 1?
Well, it's so hard.
Gabbert.
Yeah. Let's go through some.
Because of the position, Gabbert. But Jokel's up there, too.
Yeah.
R.J. Soward was the first big-time bust.
But we were so good then, we didn't even care.
Reggie Williams was a bust. Justin Blackmon was such a huge bust because he was so good and could have been so good.
Dang it, we got too many of them.
Yeah, Derek Harvey, we traded up to get. That was terrible, the 8th pick overall. Blaine Gabbert, as Jeff said, 5 and 22 as a starter.
C.J. Henderson.
Luke Jokel, the 2nd pick overall, started 39 games. And C.J. Henderson, and C.J. Henderson and Caleb Chase on.
At least Caleb Chase loved football and tried. C.J. didn't even try. He should earn a little bit of extra just for his nonchalant, don't give a care attitude.
Yeah,
it's not his fault, but it's the fault of the team that picked him. Never forget that. It's not C.J. Henderson's fault. You got a guy that doesn't love football. It's the team's fault for drafting a guy that doesn't love football.
Mm-hmm. Here's a good one here. And we play this all the time, but I haven't seen this one before. The what could have been. The 99 Jaguars, the best team in franchise history. I think most would agree on that, right?
Yeah. No, there's no there's no one even close.
Jaguars passed on a half dozen eventual Hall of Famers in those years, though. After taking Baselli, remember they moved up from 31 to 19, and they took James Stewart. 4 picks later, Ty Law, and after that, Derek Brooks. Could have had one of those guys.
This game is especially damning 30 years later because you've seen the whole careers play out. James Stewart in a box at least was a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he helped here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Following year after the Jags selected Michael Cheever, the next pick was Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, and Cheever's injuries made that even worse.
Yeah. In 97, the Jags took corner Mike Logan in the 2nd round. Rondé Barber and Jason Taylor selected in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
again, every team, every draft, there's some of these, but they hurt more. And those the ones that really hurt to me are the ones where it's same position and you mess it up. Like that one's like, you drafted a running back. There was an all-pro linebacker.
Jags do what they do is with the draft picks, they get them on the phone usually right away for the local media. Okay, right after they get picked, and the local media does a Q&A with them for about 10 minutes.
Sure.
And one of his most memorable was after the Jags made Eben Britton their 2nd-round pick in 2009. He went on a conference call. He was upset about not being selected in the 1st round.
Eben Britton's the one who's like his grandmother was like a famous actress.
Yes. Sounded like Britton might have. This is Eugene talking. Sounded like Britton might have had a libation or two because instead of going the humility route, he gave us this stunning quote. I'm going to work my ass off for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and people are going to regret not taking me sooner. Secondly, I'm going to be the greatest offensive tackle to ever play this game.
Dang.
30 starts in 4 years, and then played as a backup with the Bears for 2 more.
Yeah. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
That's a good 2nd round. Tom was not a great drafter. He was a great 1st-round drafter.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the 1st rounders by Tom outside of Soward are all really pretty good. Henderson, Stroud, Baselli, Taylor, James Stewart. There's a bunch of good ones.
Jags have drafted 11 quarterbacks in their history, most of whom delivered so-so results or nothing at all.
Can you get all 11?
I could, yeah. Do you want to do that? Nah. 2 of the first.
They're 10 and 11, I think, would cause some.
Okay.
We went through that stretch where we drafted a quarterback in round 6 like 8 years in a row.
Yeah, that's
so you have to remember.
Because you got to remember the kid from Nebraska.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And the one from Spencer Lee, was it, from Nebraska?
It wasn't Spencer.
It was something. All right, the drafted quarterbacks.
Right, hold on. Dadgummit.
I like this.
All right, we got. Let's just go backwards. We got. All right, let's just name them. Bortles, Trevor.
Write them down.
Bortles, Trevor.
Gabbert. Rob Johnson.
David Garrard.
Jonathan Quinn was a draft pick.
Yeah.
Right?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. You said David, right?
Yeah. What about Carson Palmer's brother? He wasn't a fifth or sixth rounder?
Tootin Luton was a draft pick.
Jake Luton?
Yeah.
What was that Nebraska kid's name?
It's
something Lee.
Lee.
Just go with Lee. That'll get you.
Any relation to Marquise?
If it's good enough for Jeopardy, it's good enough for this
Tanner.
game. Tanner Lee. Tanner Lee, Spencer Lee, same thing.
Yeah.
Another T.
How many do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Told you the last two. We had another guy. Oh, who was he?
I know one.
Yeah.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah, Brandon Allen.
They wanted him for years.
Yeah,
you Jag fans wanted Brandon Allen. How many calls did we take about Brandon Allen?
Jordan Palmer wasn't a fifth, sixth round draft pick here.
Was
he?
What about that one kid who threw that amazing ball against the Cowboys in a preseason game?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't drafted.
What about Quinn Gray? Did we draft him?
Did we say Byron?
Yes, you said Byron.
Okay.
Wait, did you?
No, we didn't.
No.
That's
You say
it.
Byron?
Yeah, that's the 11. We never said Byron. Blake Bortles, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Who was BG?
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
Rob Johnson, David Garrard, Jonathan Quinn.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Get that out of here.
Luton time.
Jake Luton. Tanner Lee. Brandon Allen, Byron Leftwich.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the 11.
A couple other notes from Eugene. Special teams upside. Jags have been stellar in selecting kickers and punters.
Yeah.
Josh Scobie, Logan Cook, Brian Anger, Cam Little. All good picks. Jags have had 71 Saturday picks since 2010, since the NFL draft became a 3-day affair. They need to do a better job of acquiring more productive players in the later rounds. Outside of the punter and the kicker, only 5 third-day selections in 15 drafts have seen a reasonable amount of playing time as starters. Only 5.
I told you guys, I've been saying this.
Telvin Smith.
We are the worst by production, performance. We're the worst round 3 to 7 draft team in history since we entered the league.
I think we take Saturdays off.
Yeah,
we need to
since
work
the
Saturday.
Jaguars entered the league in 1994. In the past 30 years, not bad. We're the worst late round drafting franchise in the league. By starters, by production, by stats, by everything. We're terrible. At
Least drafted position, please.
Least drafted?
Mm-hmm. Least drafted.
Punter.
Nope.
Guard.
No. It's punter or kicker. It has to be, or it's not accurate.
I feel like we drafted
quarterback.
Nope. Oh, we just said 11.
I can't imagine that. Where are we going? Like long snapper? Is that what we're doing?
5 centers.
Yeah, center.
Okay.
John Wade, Brad Meester, Michael Cheever, Luke Fortner. Wide receiver heavy choices. 33 picks at wide receiver. Whew. Anyway, just some of the things from Eugene is pretty good. It goes on and on. It's a good read. So appreciate that. Let's do this. We'll grab a break. We got to catch up. We'll come back with more right here on The Drill at 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Passionate about the First Coast.
I understand how you feel, that passion.
Share the passion.
And sharing it with other people. I think that's what life's about.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. We all know that. But for me, it's comforting. It's good to know my money's in great hands with ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money. Why? They got experience. They got expertise. They got knowledge. I trust those guys. I trust Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman. I trust Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner. I trust Janice Cobb. I trust Reed Wingate, man. Why? They sit down with us. They're always available. If I call them, I can call them anytime. stock market's going funny, I can call them. They say, yeah, okay, here's what we're doing. Always have answers for me. And I appreciate them, man. Listen, they sit down and they hear your goals. Your goals become their priority. It's a great time to get started. Chris at ITPpartners.com, Chris at ITPpartners.com, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP partners. They're my financial partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experience. No guarantee of future performances or success.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local woman-owned solar company. Did you hear? JEA is raising rates again. With summer right around the corner, those power bills are only going to go up. But with solar, you can take control of energy costs and say goodbye to rising rates. At Clay Solar, we make switching easy and affordable. Stop paying more for power and own it. Visit claysolar.com to schedule a consultation today.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
It's fun to predict because it's usually unpredictable. 1010XL's draft coverage is brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors and First Coast Recyclers. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
This is Dr. George Bari, inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics, and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight? But it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Cool boats, hot prices at the Jacksonville Spring Boat Show, April 25th, 26th, and 27th at Metropolitan Park. Fishing seminars, kids events, and more. Presented by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside. Tickets and info at BoatJacks.com. That's BoatJacks.com.
It's your go-to for golf talk. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
All we need to do is develop the rest of your game. Then you'll be unstoppable, son.
Get local updates, gear reviews, and all things golf talk. Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. Just making our way through a Friday
weekend,
morning. It's a good Friday, and it's the holiest of weekends for so many. And so I hope you enjoy family and church and whatever you got on the plans this weekend for Easter weekend.
What'd you call them this morning, Jeff?
Cheesters. We get some cheesters. You see them twice a year, Christmas and Easter, but we'll take them. Let's shoot for 22 times maybe next year. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we all go to church on Sunday?
The Cheesters, yeah. Which is fine. That's 2 more than none, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. Enjoy your weekend for sure. Is your Gator baseball team better?
What do you mean?
I mean, haven't they won 5-6 in a row now? Did they lose last night?
Oh, no.
Where are they going? Mississippi State?
Yeah.
And I don't, you know me, I don't get interested until we got about 12 games left. And, I picked them up like I did last year in dire straits.
Yeah, definitely in dire.
Were they in worse shape last year?
I don't think so.
No, they were bad.
1-11. I don't think you were. They were 1-11 at one point.
What are they now? 4-11?
4-11.
Because they won the 3.
Again,
did they play last night or they played tonight, tomorrow? This SEC is weird. Like Florida will play series Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and some play Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I think they'll probably play. I'm guessing they play 2. No, they're playing Sunday.
The Braves start a do-or-die series tonight with the Twins. If they don't sweep them, the season's over. 5-13. 2 out of 3 won't be good enough. At some point, you've got to make up for lost time. So if the Braves and their pitiful beta bats can't get things going, then that'll be all she wrote. We can go ahead and start retooling for next year.
I want to ask Murph about a play Lindor had last night. They had 2 guys on. Lindor ripped a single to right. 1 run scores. He runs through first base, gets caught in a rundown.
Okay.
But he's up closer to second base, and the catcher has the ball. And so you see Lindor. I mean, it's really smart baseball, in my opinion. But so we're up 3-0. You see Lindor like waving Tyrone Taylor to go.
Okay.
At third. And then he proceeds to avoid the rundown. And then when they broke it down, Keith, blame the catcher. You got your back. You can't have your back to the guy at third. You got to, because Major League Baseball, you're cutting down the runner if he's going home. You're not giving
time.
You're not giving away.
It's not Little League. We're not scoring 7 in the bottom of the third.
Correct. So we're getting the run, and so he did it, and he kept it going, and he blamed the catcher for not getting the ball over to the shortstop quick enough, and blah blah blah, and so then. He broke home, and there wasn't even a play at the plate. They didn't even try to get him. They got Lindor out, which is fine, and we'll trade a run for a out anytime. And that gave him a 4-0 lead, and then they never scored again. But the big talk in New York is obviously Soto's struggling a little bit, and
what does that mean? Struggling a little bit. Give me some numbers.
He's got 3 homers, 8 RBI, but he's down like 230.
So he sounds like a Brave.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had 8 of them, Dan.
Yeah.
Imagine how frustrating it'd be.
Here's the thing. Met fan, we should boo him. And I'm like, you guys are morons. Yeah. Just shut up. And by the way.
It's too early. He'll get ticked and leave. That's how he rolls.
No, he won't. But he's signed and sealed. But here's the deal. You got to make a transition. Look, Lindor struggled his whole first year. We're talking about guys who make, change team now.
Like Lindor struggled so big, it was like, oops, so you got him past his expiration date. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a terrible sign.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like the Braves with B.J. Upton.
Yeah, so it's those things happen, but I dig I don't know. I'm a more of a, like my son, I can hear my son, my older son, he gets mad, but I'm more of a, who was it? It was a Philly. I give Philly fan credit. Remember, was it Trey Turner last year? I think Trey Turner was really,
he was really struggling, and they
standing ovations.
Yeah, do that. Try that.
Try that, jackasses.
Yeah,
they did it with Lindor last year too, and it worked.
They did after the
he had a terrible April last year.
Man, of all the fan bases to lift an athlete up and save him, that'd be the last one you'd choose. The Phillies.
Yeah, but it was good. But anyway, back to the Gators. So the Gators, there is a path. Okay, they're 25-14. They've got Mississippi State, who's just like a game ahead of them. They're not very good. You got to get 2 out of 3 because it's on the road. I'll say 2 out of 3. But you got to win 2 out of 3. If you do that, then you're 6-12. Okay. Then at Arkansas,
sounds like
best
the Braves
teams,
record.
You're gonna have to win 1, 7-14. Then you have to sweep South Carolina. You have to be 10-14. Then you got to go to Texas, 11-16. Then you're gonna have to get 2 or 3 against Alabama. 13-17 will probably get you in a regional somewhere in the SEC.
Were they?
I think
below
they,
500 in the SEC
I think that's
last
what
year?
they were last year.
I thought they were under 500, right?
I think they were 13 and 17.
Yeah. And again, that
They made a heck of a run.
they proved that although it's very hard as sports fans to get past one loss, that the guys making the real decisions sometimes have to do that. Florida proved that at 13-17, they damn sure did deserve one of those spots, and many would have said they didn't.
Right. Well, it's not as hot a topic
For sure. But it's still it's the same thing.
They were
It's just
13.
not-
They were 13 and 17 last year.
Yeah.
So can they get to 13 and 17? It's certainly doable. It's and they were 36 and 30. Their record will probably be better than 36 and 30 if they get to 13 and 17. They're 4 and 11. That means they have to go 9 and 6 the rest of the way. And they do have Arkansas and Texas, two very good teams. They got to win some games now. I don't think they're going to do it personally, but
yeah.
You know, they had some. Cade Curlin's out. I mean, they've lost some guys now.
No, for sure. I didn't. They didn't. Last year they had a irresistible force that you could hop on and leave with Cags. You don't have that. You don't have that.
Right.
Just aura about your
right.
team and huge hits and everything else. Yeah, it was as odd as it should be. Just another flaming embarrassment for Major League Baseball. So Rob Manfred took occasion. He's not going to go to Tampa to watch the Yankees take on the Rays in a road game in their own stadium. He was not going to do that. Instead, he's going to go talk to Trump about Pete Rose. Hey, Manfred, it's too late with Pete Rose. I now don't care if Pete Rose ever goes in the Hall. He didn't leave a cast of loved ones behind rooting for him.
Right.
That was all a Pete thing. It was acknowledging his impact on baseball, and I don't think Pete Rose left a big cheering section behind, Hick.
Yeah.
His son. That's it.
Yeah.
Who else likes Pete Rose?
I think he had a daughter too.
Yeah. No one else likes Pete Rose. So Trump wants him to pardon him. Like Trump has always spoke on that Pete Rose thing. But who cares? Now, Manfred, this is so dumb of you again. You're a dum-dum.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take a break, come back, do some advice. By the way,
drill.
Manuel Sharp returning for a season with Houston next year. The kid who...
Yeah, the one that missed the shot.
Good shooter, man.
Yeah, or let the ball fall.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned that, I will say this as we go to break. There's a little bit of Gator news, and that Chinyelu is going to test the NBA waters. I think that Chinyelu and Condon are going to do what Will Richard and Clayton did last year. They went, they go through, they get a check on where they are, what they need to work on, and then they'll come back. That's what I would think happened. Although Condon's, tearful goodbye letter to the program, I wasn't super happy about. And it looks like it does look like Isaiah Brown's brother is going to round out the portal class, and he was a 13-point-a-game scorer, not a 6. So I was wrong on that. That was the year before I've been looking at. All right, back with Deer Drill and more next. It's a GFL Friday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Saluting the brave men and women who bravely salute our country. 1010XL. We salute you.
Prosper here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. You need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, hospitality projects. Maybe it's top-tier residential service. How about no gimmicks, no mascots? Let's just roll up our sleeves with some real expertise and hard work. And that's what you get with your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team at Lloyd's Heating and Air. Lloyd's is the only name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is John Johnson with First Coast Recycling. We buy junk cars. If you have a car or a truck that you're looking to get rid of, then look no further. If you absolutely, positively have to get that car out of there, accept no substitutes. Fast cash is at your fingertips. Just call First Coast Recycling at 904-294-1659 today for a quick and easy quote. Come on, let's take your driveway back.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Yo, ET here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Where you gonna watch them playoff games? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 spot. Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more. And tell them E.T. sent you.
XL's draft previews are brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Florida. Be a big.
Travis Hunter is an exciting two-way player whose world-class athleticism and ball skills help him shine on both sides of the field. Hunter is an instinctive, natural football player with a feel for making the biggest plays at the biggest times. Jacksonville would need to make a decision on where and how to play Hunter if they drafted him with the 5th pick, but he's capable of making a good number of winning plays as a future star, no matter the choice.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 18, 1998, at the NFL Draft, legendary quarterback of Tennessee, Peyton Manning, was selected as the first overall pick by the Indianapolis Colts.
Neck pain, back pain, or headache, Shinatri Chiropractic has 4 locations: Westside, 103rd, Riverside, Arlington, and the Beaches. Acupuncture, dry needling, physical therapy. Relief starts today. Shinatri Chiropractic, 743-6700.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations. And through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest. So everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. The showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Charles.
6.
Oh, so close. Betty for the steal.
What about the bank that helps you reach your financial goals? Synovus.
Let's see, judges. Yes, looks like we have a winner.
That's a number?
Sorry, Charlie. Remember, a solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Talk with Synovus about your potential today.
Brought to you by Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The number was 4.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, time to cool down. Next week, draft week. Boom. I'm pumped up. Ashton Jeanty smoke. I think it's just smoke, but we'll see. You know, the odds are changing in Vegas. Maybe the Jags wanted to create that smoke screen.
Yeah, it seems strange though because it's who are you trying to protect, right? And usually
you want somebody to trade up to get them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's true. If they
want the Raiders in a panic to go, okay, we'll throw you
and then
Max Crosby.
And I don't know who you would like who does it fall to you that you weren't going to take anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it changed. If the Raiders trade above you for Jeanty, it doesn't change what your options were because you were never taking Jeanty. So
right.
It's just you're eliminating Sanders, but those other 3 that you want are still gone.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. We'll get some answers starting next week. And looking forward to Thursday, Friday, Saturday next weekend. Jags will have very critical football players who are going to have to play and have to be good. And this is a great, this is time to put up or shut up for Gladstone and his people. And then Cohen will, and his job will be to coach these guys up. So looking forward to it.
Right.
Looking forward to it. Glad there's been some change. All right, some Dear Drill before we get out of here.
Sure. Listen, we saw a need. We kept getting these, hit or miss emails from people needing us to straighten stuff out for them.
This first one is
sometimes it can be tough advice, but if you want to improve, just take it and move on.
This is as old as the oldest test of time.
Okay.
Dear Drill. E, you gonna sing with this one?
Oh, we in character right now. We got to answer some questions.
All right.
Got to give this advice.
Shout out to Patterson Middle School.
Elementary
School.
They just got the Patterson right this
week.
Right?
I did.
Yeah, 1 week we'll get them both.
Shout out to Robinson Elementary.
I don't know what school that is.
Dear Drill, I've been married for 33 years. My husband's great. Treats me well. We've had no problems.
Okay.
I recently got in contact with my first boyfriend from 40 years ago.
That's where the problem is.
We've been texting on a daily basis. We also talk on the phone and so on and so forth. All the feelings I've had for him have resurfaced, which is not good because I'm married. I've shed many tears over him. He's also married, and I can't stop thinking about him. Do I stay with my husband I've been with for 33 years or take a chance with the old boyfriend? He says he still loves me, has never forgotten about me. Would he divorce his wife to be with me? Probably. I'm torn between 2 lovers and feeling like a fool.
Well, you got the fool part right. You've been married for 33 years, you old biddy. Go home to your husband and stop sneaking around with some old high school boyfriend who, by the way, is probably 40 pounds overweight with thinning hair. He was such a catch that you split up with him, 30-something years ago. Stop it, you tag your watch.
Dear.
Take your old bidding ass home, kiss your husband on the cheek, and have some dinner. Good Lord. How old are you people, man? You're acting like a 13-year-old.
Dang it, man.
And by the way, I also want to know this. Who contacted who, by the way? Because if you contacted him, never mind. Just tell your husband to kick your butt to the curb.
E?
Trouble finds you, E. You ain't got to go look for it, friend.
I know exactly what she was thinking, boys. Every night in my dreams, I see you.
This is fantasy. This is, you know what? Okay, you want some real practical. This lady, you're bored. Don't throw away your whole life, your reputation. You say you love your husband. He's a good dude. Stop it. Stop acting like a engine churning 16-year-old girl and act your age, man. Or blow up your entire life and regret it for the next 20 years. Promise.
I
don't know if he'd leave his wife for me. No, he's probably trying to get in your old 80-year-old pants.
Woo! Do we have one more? Dear Drill, my daughter-in-law is very opinionated. At times we get along, but in the past she's upset me by accusing me of not doing the right thing. She and my son... Stand by, please. Had a little snafu problem on the paper. She and my son have 2 young children together in full custody of his son from another mother.
Okay.
I have given help with my grandchildren whenever it's been requested.
Good for you.
I complimented my grandson on looking after his little sister at her birthday party and was told that wasn't the case as she was being bullied by the other girls while he stood by and watched.
Okay.
My grandson has been through a lot, and I got upset and said to my son, perhaps you need to consider the partners you choose Bear in mind, this was done via text.
Yeah, I don't need any more. Hey, lady, stay in your lane.
Mind your business.
Shut your old mouth. Come on. Yeah, winner wife there, Mom. Yeah, that's it. I don't need to know anything else. And she wouldn't know that it actually wasn't, so maybe the wife didn't express it back to her the right way. Actually, be careful. But you pick, no. One thing you might want to reconsider choosing there, old lady? Mom. Stay in your lane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, way out of line, unsolicited, unwanted, unneeded, and probably way off base.
Yeah, mama, mind your business.
Yeah.
There's some places you just don't go.
Yeah.
And you went there. You trying to go there.
Well, here's the problem with this lady, this mom of all moms, is that after admitting, I like the girl. I like this. I like everything. Yeah, I just can't help but be a B. That's basically what it is. Amazingly, they still like me, I guess.
Play us out of here, my friend.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Before we welcome Mike, just let me clean up a mess I made earlier. The SEC Women's Golf Championship is today. They're in the finals. Florida Gators against the South Carolina Gamecocks. In case you're excited about that, I know you are.
Edge of my seat.
I know. What's up there, Michael?
What's up?
What do we got today? Friday, pre-draft.
Tommy Mack.
In the house.
Got Demetrius Harvey popping in for his latest thoughts on where things stand. We'll continue to discuss the Ashton Jeanty phenomena.
It's the phenomena.
Is it
real or
gaining
memorized?
legs because, well, that's the thing, right? Is it gaining legs because people are, it makes some logical sense, and it does. I mean, there are a lot of reasons, all the same reasons you get for the Raiders, you can get for the Jags or the Patriots to take him. Or do the Jags, are they somehow encouraging this being out there with the effort that somebody trades up to New England to take Jeanty to make sure that they get him, and therefore they get the offensive lineman of their choice? Who knows what happens? Or is it just one of those phenomena that we get bored mocking the same guy, Mason Graham, to the Jags? Could be that.
I'm okay with it. It'll be interesting to see, and we'll get answers next week in 6 days. I'm excited about that, too, as I'm sure you are.
Oh, you are? Absolutely. I mean, I love it, but by this point, come on.
Yeah.
The last 48 hours are fun because you get a lot of rumors.
Also true.
And that kind of
stuff. I like that. Well, have a great show.
Thank you.
That's Mike, Tony, Tommy Mack along as well. Jeff, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too,
Happy
my
Easter.
friend. We'll see you on Monday.
Jacksonville's home for Florida Gators baseball.
In an Easter weekend series.